Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. You already know what it is. We back with another one of them things. We will be discussing a whole lot of Chicago Bulls talk tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The Bulls, their season, schedule has been put out there. So we're going to have to analyze this. They didn't give the Bulls any favors. We're going to discuss the importance of Lonzo Ball, and his approach to this upcoming season. His second year with the Chicago Bulls is going to be very pivotal. The Eastern Conference, is going to be very tough, but I like their chances. I'm very confident in Chicago this season. I'm very optimistic. I think they need to change their approach. I think they know what they have to do. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And I think a season ago, Chicago, they just went for the gusto, and then by the time it was money time, it seemed like everybody had no air in the tank. Those things can't repeat itself. Billy Donovan, he's going to be on the hot seat. Let me burst everybody's bubble. Billy Donovan is on the hot seat. This season is very important, for his existence in Chicago. Maybe he could be a head coach somewhere else, but it won't be in Chicago if they can't figure out and manage a way to get things done this season. This damn organization has put too much money into this roster. Things must work. This is going to be very, very exciting this season. Everybody should be excited if you're an NBA fan right now. Salute the Raw Truth Media in the building. We appreciate you for stopping through. Shout out my man Rico in the building. I see everybody in the building early. Salute to the chat. We got a star-studded chat. You already know we got a star-studded panel. All access. What's the deal, Dex? Talk to the people. We live.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine, the voice of the voiceless, the people's champ, the hottest shit in these streets. You guys are familiar with the monologue, so it's nothing changed. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the chat and all of the cacophony that will go down, cracking through the crevices and bringing up such thunderous topics. It becomes a body and an entity all unto itself. And shout out to everybody that's rocking with us on this Sunday evening. Flight.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I would just like to share some Chicago Bulls news.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with Horace Grant selling his championship rings to be auctioned.
Damn.
Yeah, he's going to auction them off. So I don't really know, the crust of the deets to that situation right there, but that's kind of trending. And because those rings, might be worth a pretty penny because they was with Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Anything attached to Michael Jordan is going to increase in value, no doubt. Ayo Dosunmu is having a really good offseason. His growth looks extremely promising. There's Andre Drummond has chimed in on his tour or upcoming tour with the Chicago Bulls, and he's saying that by the time he retire, he'll go down as the best rebounder ever. So I don't know if that is a slight towards Dennis Rodman, because Dennis Rodman got a lot of hype while he was in the Chicago Bulls uniform, and now Dennis Rodman had links to Detroit Pistons as well. So those two things are a combination that do connect Andre Drummond and Dennis Rodman, as they both played as Pistons and they both playing as Bulls. So Bleacher Report, they trying to stir up the gumbo, talking about Anthony Davis for the Bulls, and Zach LaVine trade is floating by NBA executives. I don't know how much validity that have, because Anthony seemed to be committed to the Lakers, and Zach LaVine seemed to be committed to the Bulls. So I don't know if that has to do with some Kevin Durant. You follow what I'm saying? That might have some type of lineage to Kevin Durant in that situation in Brooklyn. I don't know, but that remains to be seen. You know that a lot of times when I introduce this type of information, people call me crazy. They call me a tinfoil head. They laugh at me, throw rotten eggs and tomatoes on stage when I'm purveying such details. So hopefully this is just rumor that Anthony Davis remains a Laker and not become a Bull, and Zach LaVine remain a Bull and not become anything attached to Brooklyn. So yeah, we need to figure that out. And lastly, the Bulls, I believe, will have a nice opening to their 10-game uh, opening schedule, and I think the Bulls will come out, like about 8-2 in their opening of the season in the first 10-game increments, and they will basically have that same first half burst that they had last season, and just hopefully going into the second half, they remain healthy.
Great points on that, Dex. The Chicago Bulls, they open up, at Miami, October 19th. They didn't, like I stated before earlier in the broadcast, they gave the Chicago Bulls no favors. Right after that, they got Bradley Beal and the revamped Washington Wizards, who I'm very high on. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers, a playoff team looking to get back. You got Boston, you got Indiana. So I mean, people are saying that the Chicago Bulls are, is a good thing that they're playing the tougher games at the top half of the season. I don't really think it matters. You got to play who you got to play. Nonetheless, Chicago got to prove that they are a heavyweight team in the NBA. Just forget the Eastern Conference for 1 second. They got to figure some things out. They got all the talent in the world. It's all about putting the pieces together. That's why I'm not so high on Mr. Billy Donovan. And I'm sorry to Bulls fans out there. I really want a different coach. I want to see Mike D'Antoni in Chicago. So I mean, I think if this guy, does not get it together this season, do not expect him to return for the following year. If they flame out in the first round, or if they don't, meet expectations, in the standings, look for a new head coach in Chicago. We got Marvin in the building. What's the deal, Marvin? Live from Chicago. Always reporting on your Bulls. Listen, this is going to be a crazy year, this upcoming season in Chicago. They had a hell of a year last year. They almost plummeted. They plummeted, the standings. Things have to change. So Marvin, we got questions and we need answers, God damn it. So what's your thoughts on this situation?
Well, first I want to say shout outs to the panel,
Yeah,
to the
shout
chat.
out.
Flight Sports TV, you all know it's the machine. As far as the Bulls are concerned, man, I guess it's a lot of questions, man. They start with health. And that's nothing the coach can do, but we need to be healthy. And And then we need to play like it's every game is the last game of the season. No coasting. This rugged schedule is going to consist of the whole team contributing. And Billy Donovan needs to coach a whole lot better. He needs to do better. He needs to stand up for his team. He needs to show this team that he care about it. I can't say that he's definitely going to change, but hopefully he will. And then we need shot distribution. We don't need DeMar taking as many shots. We don't need Zach taking as many shots. We need to move the ball. Good play off the defense. Off the bench, and good defense off the bench. So it's a combination of things that need to happen. But we're not the only team in the NBA that's going through it, man. This shit is tough for all of us. So let's just handle our business. Let's take care of our business one game at a time and see where the chips fall. I think we got a good shot at, as long as we can stay healthy, I think we got a good shot at being pretty good. No predictions just yet.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you definitely got a good chance. You guys made some adjustments too that quietly nobody's speaking on. I like the addition of Andre Drummond. I think that Dragic is going to be pivotal. I believe it or not, I do like that move. I do think Chicago is going to make a move. I don't know what the hell it's going to be, but I wouldn't be surprised if Chicago did make a move. They do have a log jam at a position, so I could see them making a move to unload, so to get some people some more minutes, especially, even if you want to look at some of the younger guys, who are you prioritizing? You got Kobe White, you got Ayo. How all of these guys going to be playing? You just got the new kid, you got Dragic, you got Lonzo on an $85 million deal. I do think Chicago is a move to be made. I think they're going to see what's up with Patrick Williams. I think Patrick Williams is better than a lot of people are giving him credit for. Like I stated before, he had various injuries, this season, that sidelined him for pretty much the whole goddamn year, came back in a messed up situation. I'm looking for him to get back to how we viewed Patrick Williams last year before the season started. But last year before the season started, we thought Patrick Williams was the shit. It seems to be Patrick Williams has lost some luster. Nobody, when we talking Patrick Williams, nobody's reacting anymore like they used to. Seems to be a joke. I don't know about that. A lot of things got to change, and I think it's going to be built from within, not so much of some crazy mega trade, to propel them to the top. I think they got to build from within. Everything they need is right here. They got to just sort some pieces around. People have to step up. Maybe they need a system change, but all the pieces are here.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you think back on last year, guys, the Bulls were playing a lot of players out of position because of injuries. Not one game last year did the Bulls have every starter, every player that was on that team. Because from the first game when Kobe didn't play to the last game when Lonzo didn't play, we did never have a full squad. This year, hopefully, God's willing, we're coming into training camp healthy and come out training camp healthy. If we can do that, then there is going to have to be changes made, Flight. Look at all the guys. Where the shot's going to come from? You got just so many guys.
Thank you.
When you think about it, Javonte Green didn't show us much last year on scoring or whatnot, but he was the starting 4 on the team damn near all year. But now he gets the chance to come off the bench because Patrick Williams is completely healthy. So I think this is good when you look at the schedule, because it's a grueling schedule. You're going to need all you guys. So, I don't believe in, DeMar and Vooch averaging over 30 some odd minutes a game. They don't need that. We don't need that. This needs to be one for all year. Nobody's shooting for, you just get your play as it comes. You don't have to shoot for the MVP. Let's play together because we're going to need everybody. We don't need nobody getting injured. And it starts with Lonzo Ball. He needs to come back healthy. We need to get him on the floor. We need to get continuity with him. And then we need to inclement these guys to the team, from Drummond to Dragic to all the new guys, including David Terry. I think he'll play a little part. Not very much. Me and Dex was kind of going over this last night. If you look at the Bulls roster, you look at the guards, where's he going to get his play? Now, maybe if he can come in a small ball lineup at a 3 or something, or get, give Zach a break or give DeMar a break maybe here and there, but not much. Does he fit in front of Io? I don't think so. Not yet. He hadn't showed it. I mean, maybe his practice might show us something different, but I don't think so. I don't think he comes in the game before Io or Caruso or Kobe. So you got to look at him in a situation of situational substitutions. But if you listen to what I'm saying, I'm mentioning a lot of players. If all these players are healthy, they all can be productive, which is good for the team. So hopefully we can get everybody healthy, man. And once that
Right.
happens, Billy's got a hell of a job of jiggling that lineup and plug and play. But hopefully he can get it done. And if he can, he keep the minutes down. And we play them one game at a time. Count the dubs in a row and keep right on rolling.
Yeah, you brought up it starts with Lonzo. I'm with you with that. I totally agree. He has to get back healthy. You are the engine. You understand? You the straw that stirs everything. You're the point guard. You're the coach on the floor. We need Lonzo Ball. Obviously, if he's stifled in any sort of way, the Bulls are obviously hampered, to start the season. I don't give a
That's
damn
right.
how you want to slice it. I don't care how you want to just the Bulls are going to start the season not right. And like I said, I think Lonzo is pivotal for him to get back. Also, you brought up, people going for the MVP, and a lot of people may view that in any way you want to view it. Obviously, you cannot have this isolation heavy,
There
dominant
you go, Flight.
basketball. You
That's
know,
right.
that's an error. That's a recipe for disaster. You are just asking for
Yeah.
trouble. If that happens, so these two things, I'm telling you, if you clean these things up, injuries, obviously, you can't really predict that, but Lonzo, I think, is just the one that zeroed in on Chicago. I don't think it's so much anybody else right now. Lonzo we have to get that clearance, and I think if we get that clearance before training camp, the sky's the limit. And
That's right.
obviously, I don't know how you change that in terms of the play style with this isolation heavy situation because you got
That's
DeMar
right.
DeRozan. This is
That's the elephant.
yeah, and that comes to Billy Donovan. Is he gonna be able to holler at these guys and get this shit sorted out? And I think this shit can cost him his job managing these personalities. And I seen DeMar ain't nobody you could just, they gotta get somebody strong in there, that to handle him, or even to handle a Zach. These guys ain't no pushovers, So I don't know how Billy Donovan feels about clashing with one of these dudes because that's
Well,
what it might take.
and when
The
you
ball has to move.
yeah, and when you say that, I mean, think about it. We all talk about Patrick Williams getting a lot more shots, but then if you
Right.
think about last year, DeMar was shooting 20 times a game. That's too many. Zach was shooting 18 times a game. That's too many. Vooch at 15, he should be down about 11 or 12. That'll push because they had Lonzo actually shooting 10 shots a game last year. So if you think of those numbers, where's Pat going to get his shots? Well, it's going to have to be in the flow of the offense. It's going to have to be in transition. It's going to have to be in different ways to get him to be effective. And this is left up to Billy Donovan, which is, and truthfully said, like you said from the start, more pressure on this year is on Billy Donovan than any one of the players that are on the Bulls because he
Mm.
needs to produce. He needs to be the difference in this season. It needs to show that he's doing a better coaching job because there's been times that we all said he sit on the sideline, he does nothing. In critical situations, Bulls down 10, 8-point run, he don't do anything. He might reach in his pocket and get another piece of bubble gum, but that ain't helping the fucking team. So hopefully he can get it together too. Hopefully he gets the nod just like all the rest of the players. Because fun is not. I mean, losing is not fun. It's fun when you win it. They can remember that when DeRozan hit those shots at the buzzer. It was fun. But when you're losing in the playoffs like you did in the first round against Milwaukee, that's not fun. So I don't think none of them want to experience that constantly. So hopefully they're building towards their goal. Now this camaraderie and this togetherness on the floor, that's going to have to come through just the flow of the offense. I mean, if it breaks down, we know DeMar's a great high percentage shooter at the end of the clock, but we hope not to get there. So good defense can help that, meaning we're not getting the ball always out of the net. We can get it on a rebound and get it on a break. That'll help our offense. That'll help Patrick Williams get more shots, getting out on a break and running. And the whole team just coming together, playing better defense. I want to make sure I don't forget to say that because Rave and Marquez get on us all the time about DeMar and Zach not playing defense. And we know they don't play the defense that we need to see. They need to raise their game. Our bench, Kobe White. Listen, Kobe White is a big key to this year. Now, remember, he is in his contract year too, but he's a big key to this team. If he can be consistent and shooting at a high percentage, the Bulls got a decent bench. And they got, with the players that's coming off of that bench, they got a decent defense coming off of that bench. So that could help us. So it's just so many things. And that's, I'm not saying it's just because I know it's the Bulls. I mean, every NBA fan on every NBA team would say they got work to do. So I think the Bulls' work is right in front of them. They still got money. They're under the cap. They're not hard cap. They're not in the luxury tax. Let's see how this first half go. Address our needs at trade deadline and get better and run it into the finish line.
Yeah, most definitely. Right. Yes, I definitely agree with you about that African back scratcher. Billy Donovan going to definitely have to show his coaching wits and just rolling his eyeballs and shaking his head and stomping his feet and folding his arms and blowing bubbles is not going to get it. Listen, you're not going to get to be a Hall of Fame coach with those type of antics. You got to dig in, establish a foxhole from a coach's perspective, and have those players out there in the trenches with a Battleton type mindset. They can't be going out there thinking it's fun. No, it's not fun right now because you ain't won shit. When you win, that's when it's fun. It's going to be fun for Golden State this year because they the reigning champs. But everybody else should be hungry as a wild hyena. You follow what I'm saying? Smelling deer meat. So Billy going to have to definitely stick his claws in the ground, draw the line in the sand, and coach this team. Because if you remember, when was the last time the season MVP won a championship?
What's that again?
When was the last time the season MVP won a championship?
Well, yeah, you're right. I hadn't even thought of that one. I can't recall that right off my.
Right. So DeMar with all this MVP type shit in him, that got to go, man. I mean, if it comes naturally and organically, cool. But out there that's really trying to go for it because you on the winding years of your career and you see the sun setting, that's not going to do it. That's being very selfish. And Zach LaVine can't force his leadership. His leadership have to come organically. You got to get out there and play. And we know that you got the big money, but you cannot just because you got the big money thinking that you could just automatically lead a team when you ain't never led a team to nothing, not even the playoffs, never. So they have to learn how to basically augment this talent. And Billy going to have to integrate all these personalities and all these different play aspects from these players to get the most out of them. And I'm telling you, last season, he definitely didn't get the most out of them. And Lonzo going to have to find a way to stay on the fucking court. He's going to have to man up, play through some pain if necessary, and get you a ring, dude. You know what I'm saying? Don't get a little pain here or there, and then you want to sit down. No, you gotta. Isaiah played with a damn near broken ankle to try to get a ring, even though he fell short. But he got it the following year. But you gotta go. You gotta do it. Giannis, look what Giannis did to get his ring. You know what I'm saying? He played with damn near one knee. So everybody's got to man up. Everybody have to get their dig in their foxholes and become the criterion of what a champion is embodied. And that is being gritty, being tough, sacrificing, and making sure that you double down on your brother to the right.
Blood, sweat, and tears, Dex. Blood, sweat, and tears. We need it all. Put it all on the line. Don't leave nothing on the court, guys. That's every game. I mean, think about it, guys. I mean, we went over the schedules a little bit last night. I'm going to do another one tonight. But think about it, man. Just in the first 10 games, it starts off tough, man. And I'm not saying the Bulls got the toughest, even though they are ranked one of the highest teams having the toughest schedule in the league. Everybody's got a tough schedule. But we got to deal with what's in front of us. Let's get out there and get it done, man. Ain't no playing around. And one thing I can say about this Bulls team, I don't see any clowns. I ain't seen any clowns on the team in a while. They're pretty professional. I think Billy is, to me, is the least professional of them all because he doesn't do his job to hold his own self accountable enough. I mean, he does great press conferences, but bad in coaching when the game is fucking going on. We need him to do real good. I don't even care if he does a press conference if he's coaching well. He ain't never even got to say a word. Just show it on the floor. And we all know he could do better. All of them can do better, including DeMar DeRozan pounding the damn ball in the ground, too much, taking too many shots, taking bad shots when 3 people on it. Believe in your teammates. This one, we can honestly say this too, guys. Last year was their first year. I'm not giving them a pass for it because we all want success. I wanted to win it last year. I just was more realistic, knowing that we probably wouldn't. But this year we got more expectations, and I'm hoping they have more expectations too. And in the off-season workouts and everything that we have seen, it seems like they are grinding to it, trying to get to it. But we still got to build this. We still got to build this cohesiveness. We got to play as a team. We need to share the ball, and we need to play some damn defense. And that's all the way across the board, from the starters all the way to the bench players. Dive on the floor. Stand up for your teammates, man. We need that. It takes you a long way, man. So it's a long hill. It's a hell of a mountain to climb, but it is climbable. It ain't like there's no peaks and valleys on there we can't get over. We need to go through this war, man. And then to speak about the schedule. Everybody's like, whoa, man, it's a tough ass schedule. What you want? A fucking cakewalk? What good is that gonna do you? It showed if you have a cakewalk season, what happened in the second half if you got a tough season. The Bulls showed prime example of that. We had a weaker schedule in the first half last year. Second half, it was tough. We barely fucking made it to the playoff. Fight just explained it to everybody. So listen, it's almost a blessing in disguise to start off with a little heaviness on your back. That way you get across it and then get over the hump.
Right.
I would
difficulty comes ease.
That's right. Yeah, because here's the deal with me. I honestly believe if God's willing and we healthy, that's the best time to have a hard time part of your schedule. You healthy. Who wants a tough part of your schedule at the end when everybody got bruises, nicks and bruises and days of rest coming up? Right now, everybody on this team can go 20 straight days, at least with 1 day rest. Everybody. This is a brand new season. So this first 10 to 20 games, we need to ball out, man.
And shout out to Unstoppable.
Yeah, and be serious about it. Shout out Unstoppable. Be serious about your commitment to the team. I questioned Kobe White's commitment to the team quite a bit last year. One of the games was very important to us. We lost to Miami, I think, by maybe 6 or 8 points. And it was when the NCAA tournament was going on, where Kobe go on his interview and talk about what's the score of the North Carolina game? What are you worried about them for? You just fucking went 0 for 9. You ain't saying nothing about your performance in this game, and it was critical for us. And hopefully somebody can pull him to the side, say, hey, man, let's get busy. Let's get serious out here. We got some serious professionals on this team that, they really want to win. I believe that. Hopefully they can pull the guys together. And I want to end by saying this, and then you can take it, Dex. The Bulls don't have a lot of players on this team that are not ready for prime time, meaning just any kind of minutes. You go all the way down to the bottom of the bench. The only person that's on there that hadn't really played is a rookie that we got, which is Dalen Terry, and then Simonovic. He got a little sprinkle, but he needs to really get in there. I want to address that. He can mean a lot to this team. He brings size. He brings a little bit of athleticism, and he can help with the rim protection. He's damn near 7 feet. We need to use him. I'm not discrediting Tony Bradley, but I am discrediting sorry-ass Tony Bradley. We need to try something different. Tony Bradley didn't give us much last year. Hopefully he can get better too. All contributions across the board. You're
talking about the Pharaoh, the ones built like the Pharaoh.
Yeah. I was looking at some tape of his today, and he had 1, maybe 2 games that he played kind of decent, but he played in almost 32 games. You get 1 or 2 games out of 32. That's not good enough.
Yeah, he had olive oil on his fingertips.
Yeah, you need to be a difference maker out there. Don't put the onus on every game on Zach and DeMar and Vooch. Somebody else step up. And I know that'll be Lonzo. He just didn't really get a chance because of injury. Hopefully he can stay healthy. But we need high scores from Patrick Williams, from Lonzo, from Vooch, from DeMar, and Zach. Each and every other day. We get high scores from over there. What's the defense looking for? They don't know who to try to double team. So the Bulls got capable of doing that too. They got 5 good starters that can get you double digits every night. So and then bringing in the bench with that defensive minded bench, we can maintain our leads or either get back in games. It's a long season,
Yeah, a
guys.
lot. It was a lot. It was a few games where Zoe did have high numbers in the first half, but when it got to the second half, it's like he went into the bushes. But we all know, according to the interview with DeMar, a lot of times he yielded so other players can, do their thing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really like that. If you hot for that game, that's your game. You know what I'm saying? And veterans supposed to feed you. The guy's supposed to feed the hot hand. That's all I know about basketball. Whoever's hot, feed that person. You don't tell that person, okay, man, you got yours the first half, man. Let me go and get mine. That's how you lose.
Yep.
You lose games that way.
I blame that on tempo, pace, teammates knowing who needs to get the ball, and then partially on him himself too, because he defers a little bit too much. He needs to be more assertive. He needs to go ahead and just take over. If he start taking over, the other guys like, hey man, give it to him again, give it to him. They might even. I'm pretty sure they will. I mean, when DeMar get going, they give him the ball. When Zach get going, they give him the ball. When Vooch get, I ain't gonna say that with Vooch, because he get going, the Bulls go away from it. But
See, that's
Zach
what I'm saying. That's crazy.
yeah, and I mean, but see, now listen to what we're saying, those Dex. See, you remember it's only one ball out there. We got all these scores, so it is Billy Donovan's got a task on his hand, man. When you try to
If
satisfy,
it's not your night, it's not your night, right?
well, yeah, that's right. So you just defer to somebody else. But here's the
Hmm.
deal. I mean, the deal is this: the players need to realize that too, though. We've seen DeMar DeRozan take shot after shot with double teams on him. We've seen that. That's got to change, man. We've seen Zach LaVine take bad shots, turnovers, dribbling the ball off his foot because of isolations and all of that. Constant ball movement can solve all of that, man. So hopefully we can get it done. And then, like I say, I mean, all the stuff we talking, we can barely talk about Patrick Williams, and he needs shots. But you listen to all the players we referring to. Where's the shots going to come from? Well, I say in transition, putbacks. He got to get out there and be aggressive, man.
Yeah, he got to
You
get it
know,
how he live.
yeah,
It
he got
might
to
be
go
a
out.
few plays, run for him, but it's not going to be many because, like you say, the pecking order. I mean, it goes deep. The Bulls got a deep pecking order. So, like you say, the Williams and the Drummonds, they just got to get it how they live, man. That's the
You
only
just
way
got
they're
to
going
get.
to excel.
And that shows hustle. That shows want. That shows you want it. That shows let me be a part of this. When you do that, then they start running more plays for you. You know, Billy got it. Billy really got it. Because listen, man, I hadn't mentioned this to anybody to you guys yet, but I've been really debating this because I've been thinking about it. I don't know if you guys remember. They let Pat bring the ball up the court maybe 4 or 5 times in the playoffs. It was very effective. Very effective. His one-on-one, he got a handle. His one-on-one moves are pretty damn good, and he's damn strong going to the hole. So I mean, you gotta try all kinds of stuff, man. You know, if Vooch is hot, and I want to say this: too many threes from Vooch. We don't need that many threes from Vooch because when he missed two, seemed like he wanted to keep trying to shoot it to make sure he hit one. He plays better inside out, not outside in. So but I did want to say this, and I'll let you go again, Dex. How about this wonder or this mystery of Lonzo Ball and Patrick Williams on a pick and roll, on lob threats? We ain't had a chance to see that. Hope we get a chance to see that. You know?
Exactly. Anything that makes them formidable, you know what I mean? It'll be a wondrous finals to see the Lakers and the Bulls. But I know that might not happen because you still got Denver out there on that West Coast. You still got Golden State and Phoenix out there on that West Coast. And those at least Phoenix had a disappointing season. So they're gonna be hungry. So we're gonna see how that pan out. But as far as the Bulls, all they need to do is be healthy and not afraid. Because according to DeMar DeRozan in that interview with Draymond Green, once again that I'm referencing, he said he saw fear in some of the player eyes. That they was basically giving up even before they had an opportunity to start because they saw how hard, difficult, arduous, tedious it is to be in a playoff situation playing the same team practically 7 games. You know what I'm saying? Even though it didn't go 7 games, it only went five, but you have to look at it at a 7 game series. And they faltered. And I think that was very disappointing to probably to Demar. And I don't think he was referring to anybody like no Vooch or nobody like that. No Zach Levine. I don't think he was referring to those guys because Zach was kind of hurt, and I think he didn't even finish the playoff series. But some of the other guys that was on the bench, you know,
Yeah.
that
And I
they
just want
kind
to
of
reference.
like was
I'm
deer
sorry.
deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fine. The only thing about this squad is the health. It's just like I stated before with this team was been a downfall every time they've been a playoff caliber, a championship caliber team is health, health. I think they're
Yeah.
figured out. It's just that it's that health it's a mystery to me that they can
I just want to
finally
reference a couple of things
break
that
that.
a couple of guys are saying in the chat. To Omaha KC, who says so-called Bull supporters like blaming DeMar and Vooch, but don't say nothing about the rest of the teams consistently playing. That's all I talk about, guy. If you've been on here, you've been and heard it. I don't blame just DeMar and Vooch. It was a whole team debacle. I don't even blame injury as much because we have to play with what we have. I don't come on here blaming one or two players. We blame Billy Donovan more than damn near anybody. If you've been on the panel and listened to us before, a lot of the people on here don't blame the Bulls. Well, we blame them, but we blame more to blame on Billy Donovan than just on DeMar and Vooch. They all had their faults. All of them had a part in us losing. But now we need to just pull together and play well. And to Scott, who says, no, it wasn't just one. They just won one game and got blew out by 4. It don't make no difference if we lost 3, Scott. We didn't win 4. I don't give a damn about them other 3 we lost. We need to win 4 games. As far as you coming in thinking that you're going to get us riled up because you say we got blowed out, it's called progress. We trying to win, get to the next round. When we do, then we hear what you got to say. Me and you still got a bet going on. Me and you will talk about that. But as far as the Bulls are concerned, I think they're going to be a lot better. And we played the Pelicans twice this year too, Scott. We can talk about it then.
They play the
Go ahead.
Pelicans
Yeah.
twice every year.
And I
I know.
don't say it's too. I think you guys touched on was talking about it, but I couldn't say it at the moment. I think Dale and Terry gonna get a lot of play. They gonna want to develop
Okay,
that cat.
explain it.
Yeah, where are those minutes coming from, Unstoppable?
I think he might take Kobe White minutes. To be honest with you,
I don't know about it. But that's going to be
I,
situational because we're going to
I
always need
think
shooters.
I think so. Um, like I said,
Yeah, but
especially
I'm just
too
saying.
if
I
there's
think
an
that'll be more situational, like if we, lacking on defense because Kobe's a better scorer right now. So that's going to be situational. But we can always use him. You're right. That's for sure.
I think man, did you see about Justin Terry? No, Lewis.
What
Sorry.
about his knee? Yeah.
Yeah, man. That sucks that happened to him.
But he wasn't
I
going to get
think
no
he would have
minutes.
been.
He wasn't going to get no
Nah,
minutes this year. He
I'm
wasn't
talking
going to get
about
no
for
minutes this year.
his development. Because they probably would have sent him to the Windy City. You know, they probably would have did the same thing they did for Marco Samalovic.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get much playing time. He wasn't going to get very much
No, I'm
playing
saying
time.
that him being gone a year. That's a year worth of development lost.
Oh, yeah, that's for
That's
sure.
what I'm saying.
And then we let that other guy, what is it, Maker,
Marco Maker. Yeah.
McCure Maker, we let
McCoy
him
Maker.
get away.
McCure Maker. Yeah.
We let him get away, but right, and then the next day he blows his knee out.
They might still can get him because he only
Wait,
got
what
off of the
happened to
10.
him?
He signed a 10-day contract with the Wizards.
Yeah, with
So
Washington.
Oh,
whoop.
because he
So
had a good summer league.
Yeah, I know.
they still can get him. They might
And the
still can
Bulls
get
were
him.
talking about that too, Dex. But then the very next day, after he Washington snatched him, this is when Lewis blows his knee out. The very next day.
They still can get him. They can be like, yo, after that 10-day contract go for We got you, you know, if they choose to do that.
Yeah,
They very well may leave that roster spot open. Now you never know.
but if you think about it, unstoppable. This team goes way is the vision of this team is way ahead of them. It's right now. Our window is 1 to 2 to 3 years, and those guys are in the plans of 4 to 5. So I think yes, it's good for development, but we need to look at what we got right now and concentrate on it hard. It's a tough, grueling season. Let's get out here and get it done. Starting with game one on the road against Miami. A prove me game to everybody out there who say the Bulls couldn't win against top teams. We win that game, they're just gonna say, "Oh, okay, it was the first of the year." I don't care. It didn't matter to me about them saying it anyway, because I don't care who out there, whoever it is, we got to beat. And it ain't not one easy team in the NBA. All them guys are NBA players. They all good. So I don't believe in that easy team shit, because as easy as you can say Oklahoma City is, you go in there and they beat the hell out of you, and then you don't say they that sorry.
That's my sneaky team, bro. I think they're gonna be good.
Yeah, Orlando included, because it ain't no team out there that went through all of the, because if wasn't no team in the NBA go 0-82, so they beat somebody. So all the teams every team out there can win a game. So, but we got work to do, man. But I look at it as a challenge, man, and I really do. I look at it more in the sense of we can get to this for game one after training camp with the full roster. We didn't have it not one time last year. At least let's see what it looked like, how he's going to use the rotations and see what he can get done with.
I also think
All
if
different
DeMar
groups.
take a step back a little bit, just a
Yeah,
little
well, he's
bit,
going to have
that'd
to.
be good. That'd be good. And
Yeah.
let Zach do that. I think that'd be
Well, I
fine.
mean, here's a prime example of things that look, changes on the horizon. Last year, game one, Javonte Green started and played 24 minutes. He won't start this game one coming up this season. Where is he going to get them 24 minutes? If you think positively about that, that's going to be him giving a break to Patrick Williams, where he won't be tired. That's 12 and 12. That's two players you're using, because in a long season, guys get tired. They get winded, man. They get nicks and bruises. So you want to start from game one, distributing those minutes and getting those guys acclimated into the team. I think they can do it. And like a lot of people don't who talk about Drummond, I think that's one of the best pickups, because I wanted Drummond at the trade deadline last year. I went back and looked at a lot of his games from last year, and everybody talking about, well, he wasn't all this and that. Well, he had
Man,
26 rebounds in one game, 25 in another, 17, 19, 8, 16. And I looked at his numbers. When he was getting 11 minutes a game, he was averaging 7 rebounds a game. When they moved him up to 15 minutes a game, he was averaging 8 rebounds a game. When one of his best month, he averaged 12 points and 9.8 rebounds, and he was getting 23 minutes a game. If we can give him 24 minutes a game, can he give us that? You know what that'll mean? You know what Tony Bradley averaged for us last year? 2
man.
points and 1.3 rebounds.
Oh my
So,
God.
Forget trade deadline. I wanted him
well,
free
I'm just
agency.
saying. Think about what I
I
just
wanted
said.
him
If
free
you, if
agency,
you
but
take
now they
Tony
got him.
Bradley out, who gave us, well, it might have been more than 2. I think he averaged 3 points and 2 rebounds. You take that
Yeah,
out,
the
you bring in
Pharaoh.
Drummond, and if he give us 10 and 8, that is a huge boost. And well, not only that,
He'll
obviously,
give
if he's
you that
giving
for
us 10
sure.
and 8, he's taking minutes off of the back of Vooch, which is good. So
But
I mean, it's a process, man, and it's for
but
every
Nah,
team.
Marvin,
So
he gonna be good coming off that bench
but
for this
Marvin
team.
in
I'm
Excellent.
Unstoppable. This is a
Mhm.
good sign that Andre Drummond actually put out in the basketball universe that by the time I retire, I'll
Yeah,
go down as the best rebounder ever. That's what you want to hear coming
that's
into
right.
the Bulls right now, because that's what they're
Motivation.
lacking. And if he have the mindset of being the best rebounder ever, that's perfect. That's the
And you know
perfect
what?
piece to the
I
puzzle.
thought you said we was
I
turning
wanted
left.
to say
No.
something, man, that's probably gonna blow y'all mind, because I looked this up today and I wanted to bring it up on this panel. Dex, what were you saying about Mo Bamba? One of the things you had said was what? Man, can you picture Lonzo Ball and him on the pick and roll and those alley oops? Didn't you say that?
Yes.
Did you know how many alley oops rolls Drummond had last year? It'll blow your
No.
mind. It'll blow
No,
your
I do
mind.
not know.
Way more than what a lot of people realize. I ain't saying he the best lob threat, but he is one. Vooch ain't even a lob threat. He never have been. At least he's a threat. Patrick Williams is a threat. DJJ is a threat. Long as Lonzo is on the court. I'm not saying, and I want to say this to everybody who feel like we're gonna just drop our guard if Lonzo don't play. Bullshit. The Bulls are deep enough to still play as well as they need to without Lonzo. So with that, we can put that to rest right now. It ain't like nobody, or I ain't saying the Bulls can't be good enough if Lonzo ain't on the team. If Lonzo's not there, we got to play each game, and I look for us to win each game. I don't drop my guard not a damn bit if anybody's gone. Hopefully they all there, but I just want to clear it up to people who say, and he know who I'm talking about. People who say, well, y'all already think you ain't gonna win it if Lonzo it. Bullshit. I don't. I think we still can win it. The Bulls are deep enough. I mean, like I just said, Javonte Green averaged 24. He played 24 minutes in game one. He won't get no 24 minutes in game one this year. And I'm not saying that's good or bad, but in the long run, it's good because that means there's more than one player there and somebody's not so tired. Vooch played almost 30 some odd minutes in game one. We got Drummond now. I don't think he'll get 30 minutes in game one. You know, we need to get DeMar's minutes down. He
He
want
could
to be
probably start some
he's an
games too,
Iron
man,
Man.
depending on who you're going against.
Get his minutes down. You know, and including Zach too. Everybody's minutes need to come down. We need to monitor Lonzo's minutes. Keep looking down the stretch, looking down the road, making sure all these damn players will be healthy at the end of the season. But I say, like we did last night, let's just monitor 10 by 10 and then see where we go from there. And Sky, if you're in the chat, come on the panel because later on, man, we're gonna do the Pelicans. I want to get your take on your first 10 games of the season. Unstoppable, you wasn't here last night, so maybe I'll get you tonight.
What you talking about?
We did first 10 games of the season for our clubs last night, wins and losses. And I'm putting them in a folder. So I want to get your take on it. Later on, not now.
You better shoot right now, man, because I might have to step out and do something. What's up?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, hang on 1 second. Dex, go ahead and holler at him. I'm going to go to one of my other devices and see if I can get that schedule.
Okay,
I got the schedule.
Okay. All right.
shout out to
Flight.
Purple Baby.
Shout out
If you
Purple Baby.
Flight, if you can. What up, Purple Baby? If you can, Purple didn't do it last night either, did she?
You can ask her.
Purple Baby, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You didn't go over the schedules with us last night, did you?
No.
Okay. Flight, if you want to do both of them, I can jot them down as you do them. Just do the first 10 games of the Bulls schedule to both of them. Just ask them to give you their wins and losses.
Well, I mean, the first game is against Miami. The second game is against Washington. The third game is against Cleveland. Fourth game is against Boston. Fifth game is against Indiana. Sixth game is against San Antonio. Seventh against the Sixers. Eighth against the Nets. Ninth against the Hornets. 10th against the Celtics. I mean, that's kind of tough to do a 10 game. I mean, but if y'all can do it.
All right. So what I suggest is this, Flight. Just ask Unstoppable. Game one, give you a L or a W, and then I jot them down.
Yeah. Well, Unstoppable just stepped out. I can ask Purple Baby.
Yeah, get Purple.
So who you think's gonna win that first game against Miami?
Miami.
All right. 0-1. Go ahead.
Next one.
The next game is against Washington.
Win.
1-1.
Hold on a second. And then the next game is against Cleveland.
I'll try to get it and continue on after you do this one with her.
All right, it's Cleveland. The next game is against Cleveland.
Yeah, let her know if it's on the road or at home too. Like
Win.
Oh, and that's at home. And then you at home against the Boston Celtics. And then you at home against the Indiana Pacers.
I think the Indiana one is a win, but the Boston one is a loss.
Okay, guys, hold on. Let her answer first, Flight, so I can get the correct count on what she's doing. Are you guys at 2-2 right now, Purple Baby?
You winning against Washington and Cleveland. Your losses is Miami and Boston. And a win against Indiana.
3-2. All right, go ahead.
Win against San Antonio.
4-2.
Win against Philly.
Wow. 5-2.
Oh, Brooklyn. What am I gonna do with Brooklyn? I don't know. I'm
And
gonna
are you
say,
looking at
yeah,
on
I'm
the road or at home?
yeah. I think y'all can beat Brooklyn.
6-2. Go ahead.
Beat Charlotte.
7-2.
And
Last
then
one. Last one on the
Boston.
road in Boston.
Uh
Lost.
yeah. I don't want to do that because I don't think they would lose both times but yeah.
That's the same thing me and Talent Ted said, because I picked them to win that one in Chicago and lose on the road. But 7-3
Yeah,
is not bad.
yeah. Yeah, that's decent. I feel like
Yeah.
yeah, I'll stick with that.
Is Sky still in the chat? Sky, if you're in the chat, come on the panel for a minute, please, sir.
Yo, can y'all hear
You
me?
on me? Yeah, who is that?
Unstoppable.
What's
Okay,
up, Rap?
unstoppable.
I'm
What up?
sorry. I was looking at the schedule.
All right, Purple Baby, if you got the schedule up, get that schedule to Unstoppable. Let me get his Bulls check. First 10 games.
Okay. Unstoppable. The first game is at Miami.
I got the Bulls.
At Washington.
Washington. Bulls will beat them.
2-0.
Versus Cleveland, so y'all at home.
I think they get Cleveland.
Versus Boston.
Y'all may disagree, but I think they're gonna beat Boston. I think Drummond's gonna be the difference maker.
All right, is that a 4-0 start, Purple Baby?
Yep.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
All right, go ahead.
Versus Indiana.
Let him know if they're on the road or at home, too.
Yeah, I know.
I ain't hear it.
Hello?
Yeah, we good.
They're at home against Indiana.
Oh, they'll beat Indiana.
5-0.
At San Antonio.
They'll beat San Antonio.
Versus
6-0.
Philly. At home versus Philly.
At home versus Philly.
Uh-huh.
Part one is my mind telling me they Philly's gonna beat them. Yeah, I'm gonna say they lose to Philly.
Okay.
6-1.
At Brooklyn.
See, if you're talking about Kyrie and he's still there, they'll lose. If they trade,
Yeah, we talking
win
about
that.
current. We talking about current rosters. Current
They gonna lose
rosters. The
that.
way
They
they
gonna
are.
lose. They gonna lose that.
6-2.
Okay. At home against Charlotte.
You said against Charlotte,
Yes.
they'll
Don't
win
lie.
that.
Thank you. And then at Boston.
7-2.
Don't you have to worry about Purple Baby. I ain't gonna lie about that. I'm gonna keep it real.
At Boston.
Last one on
You
the
said
road
what?
at Boston.
At Boston.
I think they'll get him.
Okay.
All right, we got them at 8-2. Now we can go to something
What
else.
you which hold on. I want to ask you a quick question. What you had, Marvin, for the Bulls?
I had them at
You had the
I had
same
them at
thing?
7-3 last night.
7-3.
7-3.
Okay. Well, what about you, Purple? What did you?
What was my losses again?
She got them at 7-3.
Yeah.
I give you the numbers on everybody's last night if you guys want them. But I'll go ahead and give them. Because we're just going to start with that because everybody's not on the panel. I wanted to do the West Coast team tonight, but everybody's not here yet. So I'll wait till we get everybody.
That might be me.
Sky is in the backstage.
There we go. Hold on, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Now.
let's
What you say you had the Bulls on, Purple Baby?
7-3.
7. Okay,
Y'all got them 7-3.
Well, let me give you the numbers on the other people who gave the Bulls numbers last night. Can you hear me, Unstoppable?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm gonna just stay in this spot right now before I move. It could be because I'm outside.
Why
Yeah, let me
you
just give you.
Why you ain't
All right.
doing me with the
Hold,
Bulls?
hold on, Scott. They
We was
gonna get
waiting
you.
on
Let me
you to
just
get
hit
on
this
the
right quick.
panel.
My
So
phone
what do you
started
mean why
tweaking.
we not doing you? We was waiting on you to get on the panel. You just got on
Hold on. Before we do that, say them numbers right quick, Marvin.
from last night.
Yeah. Say it before you ask Scott. I know Scott gonna say some shit like 2-8 or something. Go ahead.
He ain't
Okay.
that.
All right, you want just the Bulls because we did 4 teams, but I just gave you the Bulls from last night if that's all you want.
Just give me the Bulls right
Right.
quick so Scott can go ahead and say his numbers. Then I want to hear the rest. If
All right.
you can.
All right. No Panic had them at 7-3. I had them at 7-3. Talented had them at 8-2. Dex had them at 8-2, and Marquez had us at 2-8. Uncle Vern had us at 2-4.
Oh, you know what too? Marquez, Uncle Vern, if y'all want to bet some money on this, I'm willing to bet because y'all wrong on that. And you too, Scott, because I know you about to say some 8, some 2-8.
I'm
Some
gonna keep
2-8.
it
I
honest.
know you gonna say 2-8.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, hold on. Listen, the reason I was doing this, I was gonna ask Dex and Flight if we could get a cash giveaway on this. So if you want to give crazy takes, if you betting in the cash giveaway, you blowing your own damn money. Because I'm betting, I'm picking mines for my
I'm
true
with it.
beliefs.
That's what
I'm
I'm
not
saying. I'm with it. I'm gonna be
okay.
honest.
All right. And I also before we go, Unstoppable, remember this. We finna do the Pelicans tonight too, so he can get ready. If he want to brag on the Bulls, he can do that. But we gonna pick the Pelicans first team.
Now, one more time. You said,
All right.
Uncle
Purple Baby,
Vern.
you schedule?
You said, you make sure I heard you right. You said Uncle Vern and Marquez had the Bulls at 2-8, right?
Who playing that music?
No.
Huh?
Y'all got music playing?
I said
Boy,
Marquez had him. Yeah, that's Dex. But hold on, Marquez had us at 2-8. Uncle Vern had us at 9-1. At 2-8.
I thought.
Uncle
Okay,
Vern
my
had us
phone
at
must have been.
9-1.
Okay, then pardon me, Uncle Vern. I mean to say I bet you because I thought he said it sounded like on my end. He said
You know what?
Uncle Vern and Marquez 2-8.
Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. I got that wrong. Uncle Vern had us at 10-0.
Okay. I know. Honestly, I want to say I just got Philly beating us, and I think the game will be close because, like I said, with that addition with Drummond, that's big. But I'm gonna say I got him, baby. Right.
Well, I say this before I go to Sky. I'm gonna say this.
Okay,
Before I go to Sky. Talented came on the panel last night, and Talented came on the panel last night, and it took a bit for all of us to be realistic. Because if you don't like a team, just be realistic on the wins and losses. Be real how you feel it's gonna happen. That's why I always notate on the road back-to-backs and stuff like that because they do make a difference.
Yeah.
But Purple Baby, do you still have the schedule up, or do you want me to bring it up?
Yes, I do. I have the schedule up.
Yeah,
okay, you're doing Scott.
I want to hear your honest take, Scott.
Yeah, remember,
Scott,
Purple Baby, let him know if it's on the road or if it's back-to-back or whatever. Let him know what he's playing at.
Okay. Scott, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Be honest.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest.
All right.
At Miami.
Lost.
At home. At Washington.
Win.
At home against Cleveland.
Lost.
1-2.
At home versus Boston.
Lost.
1-3.
At home versus
No. I'm gonna give them a W. They're at home, man. The Bulls.
Yes.
Yeah,
they're at home. Yeah, they got a W.
At home versus Indiana.
2-2.
That's a W.
At San Antonio.
3-2.
Yeah, that's a W.
At home
4-2.
Hey, against
Come
who?
on, Marvin, let him answer.
Philadelphia.
Come on and hang yourself.
Hey, who?
At Philadelphia. Versus Philadelphia. Sorry. At home versus Philadelphia.
That's a back-to-back?
No, it's not back-to-back. It's just the next game.
I'm asking.
It is back-to-back. That's right.
Yeah,
it's a back-to-back?
Yeah.
L.
Yeah, it is a back-to-back. Yeah, that's
L.
right.
L.
Yeah,
At
Who they
Brooklyn.
playing?
4-3.
You said Brooklyn?
Yes, at
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Philly.
As they is, or with KD missing?
As they
We
is.
doing the team as they
As
is.
they are.
I'm trying to put it. So you saying with whoever with
With
Kevin Durant?
KD and Kyrie there, man. KD and
All
Whoever's
right.
on the
Kyrie
roster
play.
right now.
That was hard. for me,
Where is
too.
that? Is that home?
They at Brooklyn.
L.
At home against
4-4.
Charlotte.
W.
And then at Boston.
5-4.
L.
He got him at 500. Let me jot it down.
And only why I'm gonna be
Now,
honest
that's a
with you.
realistic take. I believe in his heart.
Only
What
why
you think?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you only why I gave him the W. I mean the L on Brooklyn because it's at home, and the only reason why I gave him a L against that back to back. I'm looking for him to drop it. They're gonna blow one team out and come and lay an egg the next game on that back to back. They might not play. It's gonna go either way. It's either they gonna play what that is, that back to back Washington. Who that back to back against?
San Antonio and Philadelphia.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, so
You switch the time zones like that. I didn't even notice that.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's Philadelphia and Washington, I'm looking for them to, if they play their starters against Washington, I'm looking for the starters to sit out against Philly or not play too many
San
minutes.
Antonio, not Washington.
Well, San Antonio, no matter who it is, if because we all know, we got to be honest. San Antonio with Pop, they not about to just lay down. They gonna beat them, but they not
gonna
about to
lay
just
down,
lay down.
bro.
Nah, they ain't gonna lay down.
They looking to tank, man. They trying to get that man over there in France. But
Man, this what I'm saying.
Thank you.
They gonna tank. This what I'm saying. They gonna tank, but they gonna still play because it's 0-0. It's 0-0. Now, if it was like the middle of the they could always tank at the back end. But that's a good team. We trying to see who we gonna keep, who we gonna get rid of. So they gonna come out and play hard. Like they not gonna just give up. And they got picks, man. They could,
look here. If you look at it like Skyler, if you look at it like that, half of those teams, 5 out of them teams are already teams that's about to tank anyway. Except for Miami, Cleveland to a certain extent ain't all that great. Like I said, the Bulls beat them so many times last season it was pitiful. Let's stop that. Okay, so those teams are, even with Boston, those teams are having problems, personnel problems. And you think the Bulls ain't gonna, listen to me, no. If you think the Bulls ain't gonna come out and do the same thing they did last year when they was fully exposed and fully healthy, last year they won how many games in a row, Skyler? The first 10. What was their record the first 10?
Ain't it with their first time together?
And they're even better now. So
man, them people got film, man. Them people got film.
Marvin, you real smart. You remember.
Man, you thinking them people. You
Marvin,
thinking them.
Let him have his own take. Let him have his own take. Uncle Vern, he got to write his own take on, you know?
Okay,
man,
well, he already
saying,
said.
Uncle Vern,
but my point is, what was their first 10 games last year, Marvin? You remember what was their won and lost record with their first?
They were 7-3. They were 7-3. 7-3.
Hey, Marvin, you don't think they better than 7-3 right now, Marvin? You silly.
Nope.
Well, no. What the deal is this? It depends on the schedule.
We just said the schedule. We said the schedule.
Man, this is what you understand.
Well,
You
Vern,
said talking about all the talking about all the teams.
I just let everybody know.
It's so much
he had
you
them
could
at
tank
10-0
in the West
last night.
It's so much you could tank in the West. The whole bottom shift tanking. So what are you talking about? They're gonna try to win some game.
Yeah, okay, right, Skyler. That makes sense. That makes sense.
And the point I'm getting at is how you gonna know what you got.
We gonna play good against everybody else. We ain't gonna play good. But when it comes to the Bulls, we gonna play good. 50% of those 10 teams are tanking.
Man, you said that last year, man.
Go ahead now. Go. That's you don't know about no basketball, especially NBA basketball.
Man, let me tell you, man. You think
Cleveland? It's all right. You get a chance to just hold on.
You don't think Cleveland?
Go ahead.
What I'm
Y'all don't
finna
think
tell him is, what I'm
You
finna tell him is
gotta,
this.
Scott, you
You
gotta
give me a
remember,
chance
we
to
got a
decree
good
his team
rebound
in
now
a
too.
minute, because I'm gonna do the
man,
Pelicans.
y'all don't think Cleveland coming to try to play y'all
No,
hard?
I don't think they can mess with the Bulls.
Now I answer that too. We played Cleveland well last year, Sky. I think we can beat Cleveland, especially in Chicago. Now, if it was in Cleveland, I think different. But that game is in Chicago, so I figured we
Scott,
should win that game.
you gotta remember this too, bro. Remember, the team is healthy too, fam.
How
Everybody's
your
healthy.
team
Everybody.
healthy, man? Y'all on the way lines away, and y'all talking
We
about
just
healthy.
said, bro. We just said the team was full constructed, fam. That means everybody healthy. Everybody got a healthy squad. Everybody got all their pieces.
And he is healthy too, Sky.
Scott,
Just because you haven't heard it, don't
Ain't
mean
it?
it's not.
Ain't preseason start next month, huh?
2 months, I think,
With the September, huh?
but it's real close. It's real close, yeah.
The
You
season
thinking
yeah,
start.
you
about
around that
training?
big bands, huh?
The season start in October. It got to start in September if the season
Yeah.
start in October.
Yeah,
Where you
preseason
going with
started
this,
out
man?
at least a month and a week. Yeah, why? I mean, what you think that ain't enough
Where
time?
you going with this? Where you
No,
going
I'm
with
just
this, Scott?
asking. I'm just asking because I'm just trying to make sure because I care more about basketball than football. So that's the
Hey,
only
let's do
why.
this. Since we got Scott right here, let's ask him about his Pelicans before he mysteriously disappears.
No,
Before
no,
we get
hold
to that,
on, because I
which
want to
one
give
Pelicans?
one more from I got to get Purple Baby. Hang on 1 second.
Okay.
I
Um,
thought she said that stuff.
She
no, because
did.
we ain't. But
Yeah, that's
no,
what I
see,
thought she said it.
but we did 3 teams last night. We did Lakers, the Bulls, and the Knicks, and
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
Now I don't have to get all of them from y'all. We can just go straight into the Western Conference if y'all want to.
yeah. We can do that.
Let's get to Scott right quick since he here. Then we come back to that.
Okay, well, I'm trying to
I
bring the
want to hear
schedule up,
what
so
he
you
gonna
guys just
say.
continue on for 1 second. Just hang on.
What the Pelican schedule? I got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
go
if you
ahead and say
got it,
that. I
go
want to
ahead and
hear
run
what
it off
Scott
the
gonna
Sky.
say.
Hold up. Now, what we're going to do is this. All of us are going to give our takes on the Pelican, not just Sky.
That's
So let's
cool.
get Sky
That's
last.
cool.
Let's
Yeah,
do
we
Sky.
know
Let's
that.
do
So,
Sky
so
last.
Scott going last.
Man,
Yeah,
y'all
we'll
can
get
do
him.
me first. Y'all
No,
can do me first.
let him go first. That's his team. Let him
Yeah,
All right,
go
let him
let
go
me
first.
go
first.
first. I'ma
Respect.
listen
All right,
to
hang
you.
on. Hang on 1 second before you start, Purple Baby. Let me get this set.
Okay.
Get ready to get it going. Hang on. All right, give me 1 second. Sky, these are going to be realistic takes, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say no lie. I'm gonna say what I think.
Pelican.
What you be thinking be a lie too. So
Nah, don't be a
All right,
lie.
go ahead. Go ahead, Purple Baby. Go ahead.
Okay, at Brooklyn.
At Brooklyn, W,
At Charlotte.
W,
At home against Utah.
W,
3-0.
At home versus Dallas.
at home.
Yes, against
Yep.
Dallas.
That's a W. That's our first
4-0.
home game. They're gonna come to play.
At Phoenix.
At Phoenix, L.
4-1.
At the
Huh?
Clippers.
At Clippers,
Uh-huh.
L.
4-2.
At the Lakers.
At the Lakers,
Mm-hmm.
L.
4-3.
At home against Golden State.
L.
Wow. 4-4.
At Atlanta.
W.
At
5-4.
Indiana.
Huh?
At Indiana.
W.
How many games
Six
is that?
He got him 6-4. That's 10.
Okay.
That's about where I had them at when it started.
Unstoppable, you can go next, and then I'll go last, and then we do purple.
Oh my God. Bro. Okay, Unstoppable, you ready?
yeah, go ahead.
At Brooklyn.
L.
At Charlotte.
You said Charlotte.
Yeah, at Charlotte. Tell the truth.
That's a W. That's a W.
At home against Utah.
Huh?
At home against Utah.
Utah. That's a W. W.
2-1.
Versus Dallas.
You said
At home.
Dallas. That's a W.
3-1.
At Phoenix.
That's you said at home versus Indiana. You said?
No, I said Phoenix. At Phoenix.
Oh, they'll lose to Phoenix. All right, hold on. Let me switch the battery rate. They're gonna lose to Phoenix. Go ahead.
3-2.
At the Clippers.
They'll lose the Clippers.
At the Lakers. They play us.
3-3.
At home against Golden State.
Yeah, that's an L.
At Atlanta.
Yo, you hear that music? That's just me.
I hear it.
It's 3-4.
Atlanta, they're gonna lose to Atlanta.
And then at
3-5.
Indiana.
You said what?
At Indiana.
Oh, yeah, I beat Indiana.
Okay.
All right, he got him at 4-6. Okay, Purple Baby, go ahead and do me.
At Brooklyn.
Loss.
At Charlotte.
Wait a minute. Their first game of the season is at Brooklyn?
Yup.
Yes.
At Charlotte, they win that one.
At home against Utah.
They win that one.
At home against Dallas.
Yeah. Dang.
I want to go next.
Home against Dallas.
You know that's our first home game, and it's sold out.
I'm gonna give them that win. That's 3-2 for them.
At Phoenix.
Loss 3-3. Go ahead.
At the Clippers.
Oh, damn.
I really want to say something else.
Whoa, man. Damn, this schedule ain't easy either. Shit.
So late.
Damn.
It get easier after I already
Damn.
looked at it. We could go on a 6-game winning
shit.
streak after that. After the
3 if they playing in the Clippers right behind, what was the game before the Clipper game?
Dallas.
No,
Dallas.
No,
Phoenix.
before that,
Phoenix.
Phoenix before that. They gonna lose that Clipper
Dallas,
game
Phoenix,
too.
and the Clippers.
Yeah, they gonna lose that Phoenix. They gonna lose that Clipper game too. I got them at 3-5 right now. I think is that 8 games?
Lakers.
What is it?
The Lakers are next. They at the Lakers, so they at the Staples Center 2 days in a row.
This was their West Coast. This was their West Coast trip. I believe they beat the Lakers. I have to give them at least one.
Marvin, you were sounding intelligent.
You're lying, Marvin. Stop lying.
Oh man, listen. If they're gonna beat any one of those teams, it would be the Lakers.
They'll beat the Clippers.
They'll beat the Clippers.
Dex, I said the same thing. They're gonna beat the Lakers.
Yeah,
no, they're not. They're gonna beat the Clippers.
I thought both of y'all was
It's gonna be a
intelligent.
desperation game. Okay, I got them at 4 and 5. One more game.
No.
I got 3 and 5. Yeah, 3 and 5.
Hey Marvin, let me go after you, Marvin.
You at home against Golden State.
Oh man.
Them
Damn.
niggas finna be 4 and 6.
Ooh,
Come on, chill. Let Marvin go.
damn. They at home though?
No,
No matter where they're playing Golden State. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
he played 2 home games in the first 10 games. I told y'all that.
It do matter. I'm gonna give them that win because they're gonna need it bad as hell. So that's 4 and 5.
Marvin,
Go ahead.
stop. You know they ain't finna beat no Golden State.
At home, they
Marvin,
can't beat them.
realistic takes, Marvin.
They
Realistic
can't
takes.
at home.
Come on, man.
Quarter.
All right, let
Realistic
me give
takes,
them that
man.
one.
Come on.
At
Go ahead.
Atlanta. At Atlanta.
Another road game?
Yep.
I told y'all we played two home games, man, in the first month. Then we got 6. We got 6 like right behind each other.
I mean, they on the road again. I got to give them a loss. I'm going at 4 and 6.
But they're gonna beat the Lakers, but you let them. Atlanta gonna beat them. Come
That's
on,
what I'm
man.
trying to tell them. I know
The
we gonna
Lakers
beat
are-
Atlanta. They exaggerating on that. We gonna whoop Atlanta.
Realistic. Again, Marvin don't do
I'm
realistic
telling you, man.
takes.
Hold
It's
up,
not
guys.
realistic.
The Laker game was in New Orleans. That's why
No,
I gave them
wasn't.
that.
It was in the Lakers, huh?
No, they was on the road.
Yeah, they play in Staples Center in Leicester.
Told
Yeah,
you.
they was on the road.
There's no more Staples Center.
That's the only why I gave them the win because they was in the Staples Center.
Crypto.com arena.
That's only
All
why I
right, wait a
gave
minute.
him the
I gave them the win against the Golden State because Golden State came to their house. That's the win I gave them. Okay,
Marvin, you
what's the
screwed
last
us
one I
all
got?
up.
What's the last one I got?
Last game is at Indiana.
They'll win that one. So I got them at 4-6.
Okay.
I'm
Wow.
just waiting for my turn. I'm
They
just
be
waiting
at
for
the
my
bottom.
turn.
Nah,
Marvin got y'all at the
purple
bottom.
baby. Nah, purple baby gotta go because she ain't
we
win.
ain't gonna be at the bottom. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all looking at the first 10 games. Look at the next 10 games.
No,
We're going to do the
talking
other
about
ones later on.
Yeah, later on.
The other ones later on too, Vern. We just gonna pass these cross first
No, what
10.
I'm saying is, look at it. Y'all are saying, damn, W.
Well,
I ain't
Scott,
win yet.
that's why I wanted to do.
I haven't
I
win
wanted
yet.
to do this. It takes too
I
long to
haven't
go
went yet either.
20 at a time. So we're just doing 10. Then we're gonna let the season progress. We're gonna go back and read these numbers
I
after
don't know.
10
I
games.
got a feeling.
10 more. So after we
Next.
finish today, I'm gonna call out the numbers again. Go ahead, Mark.
who's
Where's you
next?
up next?
Yeah, let me go.
Good shit. Nah.
At Brooklyn.
Do that.
Damn.
You got Brooklyn winning purple?
Repeat that, purple baby.
Lost.
For purple baby gotta go, Marquez. She been waiting patient.
Okay.
Marvin.
All right, whatever.
Marvin, you gonna call it out for purple? Purple baby?
I'm writing them down. Hold on. If you want me to, I will. Hang on.
Yeah, you gonna call it out.
She got the list.
Oh, well, okay. You wanna do it that way?
I ain't got my list yet. Yeah, Purple Baby, just call them out and give me your numbers, win and loss.
Okay. At Brooklyn, lost. At Charlotte, win. At home against Utah, win. At home against Dallas, win. At Phoenix,
Yeah, I'm gonna chuck them down.
loss. At the Clippers, loss.
All right, wait. What's your count right now? Because I miscount.
They losses. They got 1, 2, 3 so far.
And how many wins? 2?
3 wins.
Okay, you had 3 and 3. Go ahead.
And then they beating them trash ass Lakers.
Oh my God, we got to kick you off the panel.
4 and 3.
I agree. Trash ass Lakers gotta prove themselves.
We got to kick you off the panel.
Hold on, guys. Let us finish. 4 and 3. What you got, Purple Baby?
The next game at Atlanta, they winning that. And
4 and 4.
And then at Indiana, they winning that.
4 and 5. We missing a game. Only got 4 and 5 for you. You call them out. Give me your wins and losses.
State. She didn't say Golden State. I can tell you.
Golden State, Purple Baby.
I said Golden State was a loss.
Okay, well, give me your call. Give me your wins and losses from 1 through 10.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
I mean, because I'm at 4 and 5. I don't know where we missed the game at.
She just told you Golden
4
State.
and 6. 4 and 6.
Okay, 4 and 6. All right. Dex, you up next. Purple, can you get him? Please?
Yeah, I can hear them okay. You ready, Dex?
Yes, ma'am.
It's funny how the music turned off when he talking.
You go next, Marquez.
All right.
At Brooklyn.
Win.
You smart, Dex.
What's the next one? I'm waiting on the next one.
We can't hardly hear you, Purple Baby.
At Charlotte.
Win.
At
Yo,
home.
who crunching?
It's 2-0. Somebody eating chips on the damn panel.
Looks like
Stop
somebody
eating
crushed
chips in your
recycle
mic.
cans.
Damn.
Number 3.
Utah. At home.
Win.
At
Win.
home. Dallas.
3-0.
Lost. They lose to Dallas.
3 and 1.
At Phoenix.
Win.
4 and 1.
At Clippers.
Win.
5 and 1.
At the Lakers.
Loss.
5 and 2.
At home against Golden State.
Win.
5-2. Whoa, 6-2.
At Atlanta.
Win.
At Indiana.
7-2.
Win.
8-2. Dex got him going 8-2. Marquez, you up next.
All right.
Okay. At Brooklyn.
Loss.
At Charlotte.
Dub.
At home against Utah.
He finna bury the Pelicans.
You got him at 2-2.
At Dallas. At home against Dallas.
At home against Dallas. That's gonna be an L. Dallas
At
team
Phoenix.
is kind of underrated.
At Phoenix.
Oh, L. Phoenix.
2-4. 2-4.
Phoenix gonna get their get back.
At the
L.
Clippers.
L.
2-5. 2-5.
Lakers. At Lakers.
Oh, that's not even a question. That's definitely an L.
2-6.
Marquez is smarter than y'all give him credit for.
At home against Golden State.
Oh yeah, defending champions. That's an L.
2-7.
At Atlanta.
Dub.
And
2-8.
at home against Indiana.
Dub.
And Marvin, for clarification, I had them going 5-4.
Okay. You had him at
5-4.
5-4 can't be 5-4.
Can't be
that's what I'm
5-4.
saying.
Or
It's
6
10
and 4, my
games.
fault. 6
6
and
and
4.
4 and 6.
And
4
Marquez,
wins, 6 losses.
you got him at 3-7, Marquez.
Yeah, he buried the
No,
Pelicans.
because I said the Indiana win. That should be 4 and 6.
Okay, you got him at 4-6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely Lakers take day.
This what I want y'all to know too. Y'all got to take into consideration. Brandon Ingram will come out with something to play against Brooklyn, dog.
I'm sorry. I don't do all that semantics, guys.
Trust me.
Even then,
They don't even have
they
a
can't
big
beat KD and Kyrie with that roster.
dog.
They're gonna be a tough out, but I simply just can't give you
No,
the
they
dub.
got KD. They got KD. We gonna beat them with the bench. Have no bench. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all looking at KD and Kyrie.
Okay,
Bro.
but I mean, they just giving they takes on it. You know,
I'm just giving my take, bro. I don't.
we gonna know
just
after
don't
10 games of the
think
season.
they're good enough.
I'm not mad at their take because if you could see, I put them over one game over 500 at the 10-game point. So I'm just being
Right,
real.
Yeah,
so-
and like I said, Scott, I didn't want to go further than 10 games because it takes too long. I mean, if we did try to do 20 games for each person, it's going to take too long on the panel.
I'm just saying that's they take. I'm not mad. I'm gonna come on laughing when they either 6 games or over. I give them 6 though. 6
Hey,
out.
Bob. Hey, Marvin, when you get ready, you can do mine next. Whenever you get ready.
Okay, Purple Baby, if you still got it up, I'm trying to get the Clippers. Go ahead and do Vern if you don't mind.
Okay. Burn at Brooklyn.
I see a loss.
At Charlotte.
A possible win. I give them a win at Charlotte.
1-1.
At home against Utah.
A win.
At home against Dallas.
I can't give them a win on that because of Luka. No.
2-2.
At Phoenix.
No.
2-3.
You playing good at that time. No.
At Clippers.
No win.
At
2-4.
Lakers.
No win at the Lakers. They're gonna be playing good at that time. Everybody gonna be playing good at that time. No.
2-5.
At home against Golden State.
No. Ain't no win. No.
Damn.
At Atlanta.
2-6.
They got to win. They got a possible win in Atlanta. I give them the same chance they got with Charlotte. Yeah, I give them a chance. They win. They can win in Atlanta because they tired of losing. Yeah.
At Indiana.
3-7.
Yeah, win in Indiana.
He got him at 4-6. Okay. Dex, you still on the panel?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm finna do Sky and Purple Baby with your Lakers because they haven't did them.
Man, They're gonna be biased as hell.
Start with me. Be honest. Go ahead. Start with me.
Okay, I got the Lakers schedule.
All right. What the
Okay.
Lakers?
Okay, I'm gonna play a song called Spaced Out.
We take the wheel.
Hold on, Purple Baby. Hold on, Purple Baby. Because
Dex,
you have
Dex, you know they're finna make Dex. You're gonna make
I
them
want
niggas
you
2-8. Just let you know.
hold on, Marquez. Hold on, Marquez. Because, Purple Baby, since you haven't graded them, let me read the schedule to you guys. I'm gonna do Sky first. You ponder your answer.
I
Okay.
just looked at this schedule. Lord Jesus.
All right, Sky, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Dex,
First
stupid.
game is on the road against Golden State.
L.
0-1. Home against
No.
the Clippers.
I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna give them that W.
You gonna give them that home game?
Only reason
gonna
I'm
give them
giving,
that road?
I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna give them the W. They got a point to prove on that one. That's the Lakers, and Golden State won the championship. I'm gonna give them the W. I'm looking at this realistically. They're gonna come out and play hard.
Only
Everybody
nice. Come
knows
on,
this.
stop it.
So you telling me that the Lakers on TNT first game of the year going to beat the Golden State
Yes,
Warriors at
Marvin.
home?
Yes.
I just
We're
said
not gonna
that.
switch our answer up.
They got a point to prove. I ain't looking for them to fall off in the beginning. Go. You
Okay.
say first
All
10
right.
games. We talking about healthy, right?
Yeah, everybody helped.
Yeah, they gonna beat them. They gonna beat them.
All right. Game 2 at home against the Clippers.
L.
1-1. At home against Portland.
W.
2-1. On the road against Denver.
W.
3-1. on the road against Minnesota.
L.
3-2. At home.
No, I'm giving them a W. Minnesota gonna have they treated their team. I was thinking that was the same team from last year. I'm giving them a W for this Minnesota.
They on the road against Minnesota. You give them a W?
Oh, they on the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, I give them a W. I'm gonna give them a W on the road.
Hey.
All right, you got them at 4-1. Home against Denver.
I give them an L at that one. That's the second game, right?
Yep, that's the second game. 4-2.
Yeah, I look for them to flip flop. Huh?
Okay, you got them at 4-2.
Yeah.
Home against the New Orleans Pelicans.
I gave them a W.
Oh, you had them beating your team. That's right. 5-2. Home against Utah.
Oh, that's a W. And I'm gonna tell you why I give them a W against my team, so they don't think I'm capping. Because we beat them 3 times last year, so they got a point to prove there too. They got embarrassed, so they're gonna come out and ball against.
Oh, you know they're gonna embarrass you by default.
They ain't gonna embarrass us, but they gonna ball.
Oh no, they're gonna embarrass you. LeBron, AD healthy, they're gonna embarrass you. Respectfully though.
All right, you got them at 5-7.
They don't have enough roster.
You got them at 5. You got them at 5-2 so far.
It's gonna be a close game, huh? What you were saying?
Okay.
Who else?
All right, your next game, and you got them at 5-2, and your next game is they play at home against Cleveland.
L.
5-3. On the road against Utah.
You skipped Utah.
That's what I just said. On the road against Utah.
No, after New Orleans, they play Utah.
Oh, that's right. I sure did. I think I told him home game against Utah.
No, you said that, Marvin. You just said that.
It don't matter if it's Utah. It's a W, man. Move to the next one. If it's Utah, it's a W, man. All
right, your last game is on the road against Utah.
That's a W.
Move on.
Yeah, if it's Utah, it's a W.
You got them at 7-3. 7-3.
Yeah, I got them starting off right there. I believe they're gonna start off strong due to the fact they had a sad season last year. So, and that we talking about the first 10 games, all of them gonna be healthy.
Of course, come on, man.
Purple Baby, let me know when you're ready.
Here come the blasphemy. Watch this, blasphemy.
I'm ready.
All right, on the road against Golden State.
Loss.
Home against the Clippers.
Loss.
0-2. Home against Portland.
Win.
Okay.
1-2. On the road against Denver.
Win.
2-2. On the road against Minnesota.
Win.
3-2. Home against Denver.
Win.
4-2. Home against the Pelicans.
Loss.
4-3. Home against Utah.
Win.
5-3. Home against Cleveland.
Loss.
5-4. On the road against Utah.
Win.
She got them at 6-4. Okay, that's all of them.
That wasn't blasphemous.
No, everybody trying to get a realistic takes, and that's cool. I like that because I'm not just.
I don't know. That's not true because somebody gave my team a 2-8 last night, and that shit wasn't realistic. Still
Well,
mad on that.
That was no pack. Well, wait a minute, Marquez. You know, I never did mention to you that you gave the Bulls a 2-8 too.
I would actually like to restart it over. I actually want to. I was actually.
It's already
just
down.
trolling with that one. I would like to restart it over.
Hey, Marquez, whatever your name is. Look here. You want me to tell you something about you? You bipolar, ain't you? Yeah, you is.
Uncle Vern, you the last. Oh, I don't want to disrespect you, Unc, so I'm not gonna say it. Just leave it.
Hey, young man, listen to me, young man. You can't disrespect me. You know why? Because when you talk, you disrespect yourself. You saw yourself as being silly. You just be talking stupid, just to be talking, and you disrespect other people when they try to talk and make sense because you just keep talking silly. Well, you just go keep talking silly.
Okay, all right, Marvin, are you gonna?
Yeah, no, he meant that, Uncle Vern. He last night, No Panic had him in a panic because he had his team at 2-8.
2-8. Everybody gave me 5-5. Everybody was giving my team some respect, and No Panic gave me a 2-8. Okay, that's why I gave him a 2-8 with the Bulls because he dripped it. My team is the Knicks. 100%. Yeah.
Did you want to do the Knicks, Sky?
Yeah, do the Knicks. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. Ooh, Lord Jesus.
Look. Now they're gonna tear my shit. They're gonna tear our team in. Okay.
Who the Knicks?
Before we do the Knicks, hold on, guys. Before we do the Knicks, I was gonna do everybody on the Clippers.
Okay.
I wanted to take on the Clippers because I was real interested in the Clippers. So I wanted to do the Clippers, Phoenix.
Who's a Clipper fan on here, Marvin?
Ain't nobody
you might as well
Clipper
do the whole
fan.
league if you're gonna do the Clippers.
Huh?
You might as well do the whole league.
No,
I'm no Clippers on it.
Okay, I don't have to do the Clippers. Because I don't
who
think
cares about Phoenix fans? Ain't no Phoenix fans on here.
Okay, I haven't done Phoenix. What about Charlotte? Should we do Charlotte?
You know.
Okay, that's realistic.
Man, that's all L's down the Bulls.
Oh my God! No,
they shot Miles Bridges back.
No,
he's practicing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I've seen no ball facts. He's over there practicing with Trey Young and who else is with him?
Yeah, it might
Trey
be.
Young and James Harden.
It might be.
Marquez, I do want to say this, to Marquez. Now you want me to do somebody else, so the next team I'm gonna do is the Knicks. So please don't get mad at these takes.
No, let's do the Knicks now and get that shit over with.
No, man, we already did the Knicks. Stop. No, we finna stop this, man. We going in circles. We done did the Knicks already.
Right. I understand.
Sky
you
never
gave
did
my
them.
team a
Sky
2-8. So screw them.
Run the Knicks for the
Sky.
Yeah, ain't do it.
Sky and Purple Baby did not do the Knicks. That's why I was
man, they
gonna
finna shit on these niggas. Go ahead. Let's get these two out the way.
What the Knicks is?
All right, hang on 1 second.
Woo, Jesus, this schedule got me over here thinking.
I do last, Purple Baby, since you studying the schedule, and I just rush it up on Sky. And Sky, remember, we trying to do this realistically, so let's not.
And Purple Baby, remember, we're trying to do this realistically.
I don't do what he do.
Let Sky to go first. Let Sky to go first. Then let Quiet go first, because I go second. Because I want to hear his opinion, really though, before everybody else going on. I want to hear Skyler's and I want to hear Marquez, because I want to put Marquez on the spot. Go ahead, please, Marvin.
Marquez did his last night. He had his team going 8-2.
I did nobody else here. Just let him
I didn't. No, stop the cap.
That's right.
I had that shit at 500.
Yeah,
I had 500 last night.
Yeah, that's right. 500. I'm not looking at it right now, Marquez. So I'm sorry.
What it is?
Okay, let me know when you're ready, Sky. Let me know when you're ready, Sky.
I'm ready.
All right. First game on the road against Memphis.
L.
Okay. Second game home against Detroit.
Win.
1-1. Home against Orlando.
Win.
2-1. Home against Charlotte.
Win.
3-1. On the road against Miami. I'm sorry, Milwaukee.
L.
3-2. On the road against Cleveland.
L.
3-3. Home against Atlanta.
They home against Atlanta. W.
Yeah.
Is it back-to-back?
Thank you.
No, that's not a back-to-back.
W. I'm gonna give
It's
them
not a
W.
back-to-back. I'm looking at the schedule. It's not a back-to-back.
Okay, that'll give them 4-3, I do believe. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that makes them 4-3. On the road against Philly.
L.
4-4. Back-to-back game. Boston comes back to New York.
Boston?
Yep, on a back-to-back.
That's an L, man.
4-5, and then last but not least, on the road against Minnesota.
Oh, that's a W. I'm looking for Minnesota for a low completely. They got 2.
All right, he got him at Marquez. He got him at 500. Now, what about that? How about that?
That's realistic.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Because I had him at 500. I'm a fan of the team. That's realistic.
Okay, Purple Baby, you ready?
Yeah.
Now, here comes the blasphemy.
Okay, first game is on the road against Memphis.
Loss.
0-1. Home against Detroit.
Shut up. Whoever laughing. Win.
1-1. Home against Orlando.
Win.
Okay.
2-1. 2-1. Home against Charlotte.
Win.
Okay.
3-1.
Okay.
On the road against Milwaukee.
Loss.
That's
3-2.
realistic.
On the road against Cleveland.
Loss.
3-3. Home against Atlanta.
Loss.
3-4. On the road against Philly. 3-5. Home against Boston.
Loss.
3-6. On the road against Minnesota.
You hear this shit? Okay.
Yeah, I hear it.
Win.
4-6. She has you at 4-6, Marquez.
You know what? For Purple Baby, I'll take the 4-6. I'll take the 4-6.
You had
Because she
yourself
could
at
have gave me a
5-5.
2-8. No, she could have gave me a 2-8. So I'll take the 4 out of 6. I don't. You got to take what you can get with certain people.
All right. Is A1 on the panel?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
We're gonna post it. But yeah, because we had him on after the fight. After that fight he had.
Mute your
What
mic.
is going on?
It was so funny. But we had some people come on there that
Jax, mute your mic.
But they was like trying to get that kid Austin, like, man, you need to fight this dude, you fight this.
I was gonna get us the number. Jax talking to. I want nobody to get it.
I see him. So I told the dude to come on the panel. You know what I'm saying?
I think somebody's watching it in the background.
No hiding in it. But he didn't ever come on there. But he was trying to name the box and the kids to fight.
Hey, we should all mute our mics to see who that is.
Stuff like that. One of them was Ryan Garcia. You familiar with him, right?
Hey, Dex, mute your mic.
That's not coming from Dex, bro.
That is.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Marquez.
Dex playing the music.
Marquez, look here. Dex is doing it on accident. You doing it on purpose. Marquez, be quiet, please. Yeah, he don't know what he's talking about.
I'm sorry. Shut up, Spy. You can shut your ass up too.
Who you
Shut up, both of you old niggas.
Don't go on no episodes.
Man,
I'm sick of these old niggas talking. Free these old niggas.
He wasn't even doing that.
Take a pause, Marquez. It's not the time.
Marquez, look here.
I'm sorry. You're right, Nick.
Marquez,
It's not time for me to have an episode right now. It's not time. I'm relaxed.
Marquez, you still young yet. You got a lot of energy.
Yeah,
So
man, everybody ain't worried about Marquez.
I noticed that, Marquez. You got a lot of energy.
Ain't nobody worried about Dex, please.
And you do a lot of.
I was on the phone taking care of some business, but I forgot that I have my mic hot.
And that's what we were saying.
That's what we were
All right,
telling
hang on, guys. Hang on. Sky, what did you have for the Knicks? What was your record? 4-6 or 5-5?
5-5.
Okay. All right. What I'm finna give now is the records from last night and tonight so far, just so everybody know I got them right. Y'all ready?
Go ahead.
All right. Last night we started with the Knicks. Marquez went first. He had them at 5-5. No Panic went second. He had them at 2-8. Dex had them next at 6-4. I had them at 5-5. And then today we got Sky and Purple Baby's
He's not winding me up. I'm just not gonna pay attention to the nigga.
Disrespectful. Stop it, bro. Let him talk. Go ahead, Marvin, please.
So go ahead, Marvin.
Thank you. I love this music.
I think something wrong with Marquez. I think Marquez starting to steal.
Fuck you. Ooh, you know what? I'm not gonna do that.
He just
Marquez, don't get yourself banned now. Be careful.
Yeah, for real.
I'm not doing nothing. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say it.
Hey, all right, Tricky. Keep on, Tricky.
I'm not saying it. Dex, I didn't say it. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
That's all I'm saying. Don't come unglued at the scenes, please, because we love you, brother. Don't do it.
Right. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna say it.
Nope, you're real smart with that young mouth of yours.
Don't edge him on.
Please don't edge me on. I'm being very respectful and not attacking people's characters for real. Right. Please don't do it.
Hold on. Can we finish with the scheduling, please?
Please.
Control his feelings, Dex. That's what you're telling me. Man, we got a little boy on here, man.
Yeah.
Marvin, please. Hey, Marvin, please come back with this list.
All right, Tricky.
Yeah.
Are you guys done with the list or what? What's going on?
No, Marvin must have got dropped. But Dex, I see what they're doing. They're trying to bait me. They're baiting me right now. Now's not time for to have an episode.
Okay, Marvin's back.
Thank you.
What's up, Marvin?
Where did we leave off at, Marvin? Where did we leave off at? Can you hear me, Marvin?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Where did we leave off at on the schedule?
Yeah, I think when I cut off, I probably was finishing up the Knicks, wasn't I? I gave Marquez 5-5, No Panic 2-8. Dex had a 6-4. I had 5-5, and that was it on ours. So the next one was Brooklyn, and I don't know if anybody we weren't going to do them included in this one, but No Panic had them at 9-1. Dex, you had them at 7-3. Marquez had them at 5-5, and I had them at 6-4. Today we did the Lakers, and I don't know if you guys heard me. Purple Baby and Sky chimed in on that one today. Sky had them at 7-3. Purple had them at 6-4. Everybody yesterday's takes were Marquez had them at 8-2. These are the Lakers. No Panic had them at 8-2. Talented had them at 5-5. I had them at 6-4. Dex had them at 8-2. Uncle Vern had them at 6-4. And then we went to the Bulls yesterday. Marquez, hold on, I'm gonna go to the ones who did the Bulls today. That was Purple Baby had them at 7-3. Unstoppable had them at 8-2, and Sky had them at 5-5. Everybody yesterday, Marquez had them at 2-8. You hear me hollering, Marquez? You don't hear me hollering.
I hear you, bro. But that was for other nefarious reasons.
I know that was a troll. I know. Dex had them at 8-2. I had them at 8-2. I mean, Talented had them at 8-2. I had them at 8-2. No Panic had them at 6-4. That's all we did so far, guys. So until we get another fan of somebody on, we're gonna wait, see how these numbers pan out, and see how everybody fared in they likings.
Right.
If everybody gave fair takes, then it's left up to Dex and Flight if they want to do a cash giveaway. and anybody get the exact numbers on each team, whichever way y'all want to put it, we can win some out of this shit.
I mean, you can sponsor a Cash App giveaway if you want to. If that's what you want to do, you could actually sponsor it.
Yeah, I was just want to bring it to you guys before I went any further with it, you know.
Yeah, you can do that, Marvin. Just announce it.
Yeah, what I want to do, Dex, is first get the rules exactly straight amongst everybody who's involved in it. You know, because I got the rules,
Marvin. If you sponsor it, you make the rules.
Well, I'm just saying that I got everybody's takes. I got them down, and plus I got them locked in. So there's no changing or anything. Because, you know, like I say, with Marquez giving the Bulls their 2-10 start, I don't know if he want to play because that wasn't
Can I please change that?
But how that's gonna go though? If you go in all 4 different teams, that don't make no sense. If you go in all 4 different teams,
hey Marvin,
you got the most right out of each team. One person has to win the most right. What you chose. In other words, if you chose a bunch of these teams and won and got the correct amount of games, wins and losses, you will win. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey Marvin, can I do the Chicago Bulls over again?
No,
you gotta ask the panel. Well, see, that's why before I started it last night, I asked you, Marquez, to do realistic takes.
Well, let's see.
You might have to suck that one up, Marquez, because you had opportunity and you chose foolishness.
Well, I'll take the L if I have to. I'll take the L if I have to.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, I might not even bet, but if I bet, I'll take the L for that one.
Well, here's the deal. I'm going to do it on the second 10 too. I'm going to do it on the second 10 too. So if you want to get in on the second 10, or we can just skip this first one and just play it by ear and just see how it go. The second 10 we do the cash giveaway on.
Okay, yeah, that's more better because then you'll know who you got on the team.
Yes, right. You know, and everybody will give more realistic takes too.
No. I got a great idea what we do. That with that first one, whoever at the bottom who got it big wrong, donate to the flight channel. Straight up.
Wow.
That's the first.
There you go.
Whoever got it wrong, you donate to the channel.
Wait a minute. When you say wrong, you mean the most wrong, right?
The most wrong. Donate to the channel. That means you're capping on the panel. Donate to
here's the deal. We don't want to do that on this first one because Marquez had already confessed that he was just bullshit.
That's what I'm saying.
No. It's fine. It's fine because it's fine. I got a paycheck coming in 2 weeks. I'll happily donate. It's not a problem for me.
We said he get it wrong. That means you going by all of them, right? So he still have a chance, even though he's
right. Yeah.
So we doing all of them. So he still have a chance. Just because he said the Bulls was gonna be 2-8, it's just that he on the bottom of the list right now. Right now he in the negative. So if the Bulls do lose 2-8, he in the plus.
You right, because none of us picked that.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
Okay, if that's left up to Marquez. If he want to go with that, that's fine with me.
No, I'll go with it. No problem. I'll go with it.
Okay. Now, we're going to do this fairly, guys. I'm going to do it in 4 teams. I'm going to do it with the Lakers, the Bulls, Brooklyn, and the Pelicans. Is that all right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we did Brooklyn last night, Dex. Why? Because of Talented? I think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's right. No Panic picked him as his team. Remember, that's why we did Brooklyn.
Talented was the Knicks,
and Talented kind of go with the Knicks too. So I guess those are the 4 teams we're gonna use all year. If y'all don't want to use nobody else,
Talented is Brooklyn.
No, Talented is Brooklyn. He switched over from the Knicks.
But No Panic. Remember, No Panic said that his favorite player is Kyrie. So that's why we picked Brooklyn. Can y'all hear me?
2-8. That's just.
Well, Marquez, there are 2-8, two 2-8s on this, and you are one of them. How about that?
Well, you're right. I did get Marvin. You're right. I did get my get back. So,
yeah.
If you think about it,
think about this, guys. Think about this. Sky just chimed in. One second, Purple Baby. He just chimed in with some realistic takes. Not on feelings. He picking the games the way he feel. He picking them the way, and that's the way I do. I don't care if I don't like the team. If they on the road, I mean, if they at home against Orlando, they should beat them. So I'm gonna pick them to win. They don't even be in a troll and say they're gonna lose when you know they're not. You know. Go ahead, Purple.
Marvin. But Sky also trolled. Sky came on here multiple times and trolled and told us that the Chicago Bulls wasn't going to do nothing and the Pelicans are going to do something. He willed it to existence. So let me will it into existence.
Yeah, well, let me say this, Marquez. The very reason I mentioned it to Dex and Flight about using it in the Cash App is because it'll make people have realistic takes if they put their money up.
Yeah. I mean, it's not no problem me. If I got to take the L, I take the L.
If it ain't a problem, it's okay. I ain't got a problem with it, Marvin. I agree with you, Marvin. That'll keep all that.
In other words, if everybody understood what I just said was this: when somebody asks you to give a real take on a team that you don't like, but they asking you to bet some money on it, you gonna give them your real take, regardless if they winning or losing. If you feel they playing on the road, I mean at home against Orlando, like the Bulls, like in my case. If somebody didn't like my Bulls and they pick Orlando to come to Chicago and beat us, I'm taking that bet. If they want to spend their money on it, fine with me. So that's why I say use it as a cash out giveaway, and it'll show how much we know about each one of these teams too, guys, as we go along in the season. You know, right? I ain't saying pick the score, I'm just saying win or loss. You know. So right now we got, because this ain't all of us. We ain't got Rico. We ain't got a couple of people. Yeah, with A1, we ain't got quite a few guys. Luckily, because we ain't even got Jessica. I think she might want to participate in this too. You know, so we got a couple more guys to do. So I'm just going to stay with 4 teams, because if we go to more teams, it's just going to be too much, man. So the 4 teams at hand are the Lakers, the Pelicans, the Bulls, and the Brooklyn Nets. Those are the 4 teams. Oh, 5, and the Knicks. Because we got a Marquez on the panel, and we got Flight.
Yeah. Right.
So we got to do the Knicks.
Right. I hate it so much, Marvin. The hate is just outstanding.
The reason I wanted to do the Clippers is to put that rivalry up there against Dex, so everybody.
We ain't mess with the Clippers, man. No,
no, bro. Nobody messes with the Clippers. I barely want to mess with the Nets.
If a Clipper fan come on the panel or something, or start beating up the chat, then we can do something with the Clippers. But it ain't nobody yelling out Clippers.
Nah, we don't mess with Clippers.
But hold on, but we all are very intrigued on how the Clippers gonna play this year. So I thought it'd be a good team to do.
No, because it ain't nobody's investing in the Clippers.
Nobody
got
cares.
Investment in the Lakers, the Pelicans, the Brooklyn Nets, the New York Knicks. You know what I'm saying? And the Bulls. We got investments. With nobody
and the Hornets too. The Hornets too.
Yeah, the Hornets too.
Yeah. So I can add the Hornets then, right?
If you want it.
You know what's crazy?
Because you got Murdoch.
Oh, Dex. Dex, you know what's crazy though? You know the Clippers might fall on their face. The Lakers did it last year, so they might fall on their face. Everybody riding high on the Clippers. We've
been riding high on the Clippers for the last 4 years, and they ain't did nothing.
Man, I'm talking about.
That's one of the reasons I wanted to do them, because there's so many people that's got different takes on the Clippers. But we ain't got to do
it. It ain't nobody rooting for them like that.
Hey.
You ain't no Clipper Nation. Stop it, Purple baby.
She want to do the Clippers.
No, I don't.
She said she ain't got no team.
I'm just Purple baby. I know she's not claiming the Clippers.
Man, you can't.
That's tough.
I just think that team gonna be good.
I can't even give a realistic take on the Clippers because all these star players been hurt. Like, I can't get that. I don't think that they gonna.
But it won't even be fun though, because there's nobody here to rack on. You know what I mean? When the Clippers do good or bad, there's nobody here to pump pump it up.
You ain't lying.
For example, the Knicks.
Is it stating in the chat of anybody that's a Clipper fan? If anybody's looking. Look and see if anybody in the chat is a Clipper fan. If you're a big fan,
I know who these fans are. These are no Clipper fans in here like that.
Hey,
ain't no Clipper fans in here like that.
Could I say something about the Clippers?
You got Denver. What about Denver?
Oh, man, here we go.
Well, we don't have no Denver fans. You a Denver fan?
Basil's a Denver fan.
Hey,
I think Memphis 10's a Denver fan.
Well, Dex,
okay, maybe I do. Denver, and Who is the other one? LaMelo.
Hornets.
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
Hornets.
get with y'all tomorrow, man.
All right.
For sure. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah,
All right,
come back
Scott.
tomorrow.
Later,
Because
troll.
we're gonna be
How
doing
about tomorrow,
two
troll?
different teams. So come back tomorrow.
All right.
Who? Wait a minute. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, listen. Somebody, Supersonic said, Flight or Dexter or Rave. Can somebody unblock Isaiah Curry, Memphis 10? Who blocked them?
Man, they been
Man,
doing
CWE been
Dex.
on a tirade, bro.
Dex, I'm telling you, Dex, I don't know y'all right have to cut y'all moderators. That's why y'all
But that's
probably
what
don't
they
have
do
Hey,
people
sometimes. They
on
go
here.
spazzing on each other, man. I don't know
Man,
why they
niggas
be
be
doing that.
somebody
Dex.
I
blocked
mean, how
me
can you block
before.
somebody?
Somebody blocked me
But
You got
before.
to
I'm
be a
telling
I
you.
moderator.
literally saw Sky. Listen, I literally saw somebody block Sky a couple
Bed,
streams ago.
unblock them, bed.
Somebody blocking
who
people, man.
I
sorry,
think
Nick,
it's I
what
think
gives them
it's
the power?
CW Bed blocking everybody
Man,
right
you
now.
want you want
Because we're
people
talking
to
about
I
them
don't even
sorry
see
Nets,
Josh
bro. We
Jackson.
having trauma.
Bed, did you
We
block
having
Josh
trauma.
Jackson?
man, you
We ain't
want
seen
people
Josh
to
Jackson in a while.
man, you want people to
Bruh, Josh got blocked.
you want people to join the channel,
CW
man.
was arguing
Running
with
the people
Josh, and
off
then
of what
Josh
they
got
see.
blocked.
They running the people off of what they see. They can have way more people on this channel. They running the people off of what they see. Man, if you worry about comments, you stupid. And I tell anybody that.
Hey, Sky.
Yeah, man. And plus,
I don't
don't be
do.
just blocking
Hey,
people.
Sky, I got the
You ain't
moderator,
Bed,
just
you got to
Sky, and I
unblock
don't
him,
even be
Bed.
using it.
Long as
hold
you
on,
don't
guys.
Bed,
disrespect
and
nobody,
block
long
him.
as you ain't
Let me
disrespecting, you shouldn't
let
be
me just say
blocked.
this to whoever's doing it. Listen, guys, Flight owns this channel. It's really is no reason for anybody else to be blocking
Man,
anybody unless it's
man,
They
Flight,
Flight
only
need
Nick.
supposed
to
to block
handpick
like
his
the
moderators, man.
porn sites
Stop
and stuff
making
like that.
anybody a moderator, man.
Facts.
That should
They
be
Yeah,
my
but
they
there's
should
no
be
directive.
reason to
blocking
be
each other.
That's why
blocking
But
it like Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson
listen,
don't need to be
Sky
blocked.
got timed out, bro, today for literally saying that Lonzo was gonna be traded. You can't make this stuff
What?
up.
Who did that?
man, I don't know who
Who
did
did
that,
it?
but I don't be worrying about it because it's not really a big deal. But what I'm saying is you can have way more people on this channel, but if you playing games like that, you don't know who blocking who. He need to pass that moderation status out to certain people. Like, and that's just being honest. Like,
Yeah,
you
because
can't just
there's no reason for somebody to have that
But
power
listen,
to be
because you
blocking
playing
people
but
with
for
the
no
man.
reason.
Listen,
hold
man.
on, guys. Hold on. It's just how Flight is doing it. I mean, most moderators supposed to be here to block out spams and porn sites and things of that nature because everybody don't come every day to the channel. So that's why people have wrenches more than other channels because that's what we do. It's for the people. But sometimes it is some mod wars. But we want to end the mod wars. Whoever's blocking, please unblock. Let these people back in. Let Isaiah back in. Let Memphis
CWE.
10 back in.
Right. Not to mention Josh Jackson had an argument with
Josh,
CWE, but guess
I ain't
what?
seen
He's
Josh
been
Jackson in
gone.
a long time.
Last time I
Yeah, Josh
seen
been
Josh,
blocked
he
for a
was
while.
Man, if you worrying
yeah.
about comments, man, you stupid. I don't care who you is, and I'm
Right.
calling that, man. People
If
got
Yeah,
anything,
just block
Sky,
out the adult content and block out people, spamming for advertising and things of that nature. That's what you block out for. But try not to block out anybody.
you just got to look past people, man. When they talking crazy, people gonna have their own opinion, man. You can't
But
make people.
sometimes these mod wars, that's what I'm saying. Do you guys hear me when I do my monologue? When I say the chat takes on a body of its own. Sometimes it separate itself from what the topic is, and they just have their own thing going on in the chat, and we don't trip because a lot of times, a lot of us don't even look what's going on in the chat until we
Exactly.
right. We be
either
on
we
the
I
pick up
panel.
our
mean,
phones or something because we're not looking at the chat like that.
man.
Hey, Dex. When you say that though, you talking to two people that be in the chat talking crazy all the time. You talking to Skyler, you talking to Marquez. So I be here. They already know what goes on in the chat. They not blind to it.
I know, but
I
we as
mean,
far as blocking though, blocking people.
but again, we don't block people. If anything, we talk trash to each other, and it's like playful banter. We don't sit there and block people because they have an opinion. That's goofy.
So I don't know who did the blocking. So whoever blocked Isaiah Curry 15, whoever blocked Memphis 10, because Memphis 10 came at my head a few times. I ain't never blocked him. Isaiah Curry came at me. I ain't never blocked him.
Matter of
Can't
fact,
we go?
I'm like,
Hey, can't the moderators go back and unblock them? Any
Whoever,
moderator
I
can?
don't know who blocked him. That's what I'm saying. Unless Flight got to go
right.
back
We
and
don't
check
know
it.
who blocked him. If we don't know who blocked him, we can't
White has to
unblock him.
go back because it's
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have that power
Man,
to do nothing like that
he
to
probably
unblock
could see
people.
who all blocked. He could see who all blocked. Because I don't know how that
I
works.
think Flight can.
Yeah.
Man, Flight
Flight, yeah, Flight can see who's
have
all blocked.
100, 200 people
I
on
don't think
block.
Flight block. I don't think Flight blocked none of those people.
No, man.
Nah,
Flight
Flight ain't
don't.
blocking.
Man, right now, man,
Man,
we running it, man.
Flight don't
Flight
block
trying to
nobody
lay it
unless you
down.
literally say words that disrespect the channel. Literally.
Only
Yeah, but
time Flight will kick you off after he have a meeting with the chat and the panel. He'll talk about it, about a certain person. And if they say let him go, then Flight will let him go. Other than that, if they want him to stay, Flight gonna let him stay.
Yeah, same way with me. Look here, I wanted to get Skyler a long time ago. If I did, I wanted to get it real good. And I want to get my cash too. But if I wanted to get him, I'll get him. But I ain't gonna do that, though. I love him. I forgive him. I forgive y'all. Y'all
Yeah,
keep coming
he
back.
sure kicked Uncle Vern off though. He talking that shit.
Well, I'm gonna say this. To me, anybody that wants to block somebody, it feels like they're running from smoke. They don't want to hear it. Just each one of our opinions weigh just the same as each other, man. So just because
Right.
you feel one
But
person is
Marvin, a lot
wrong,
of these guys ain't old as us, so they don't, they tolerance is zero.
yeah. But I mean, but it shows where where your smarts is if you do that for no reason, and then
I ain't
you
gonna
get
lie,
called
Dex.
out
I almost
because you
got
didn't
can't.
get it. 'Cause
I
now
almost
everybody knows
almost
you
took
did it.
that. I ain't gonna lie, Dex and Marvin. I ain't gonna lie to you, Marvin. I almost took that suitcase up out of here. I had to freak. I had to remember where I was at, bro. I was really finna go off on somebody on this panel. I was like, nah, this ain't good.
No, man, it
Nah,
ain't that
let's
serious,
have some
man. It's not
decorum
that
tonight.
serious, y'all.
It's
That's why I
not
try to
that
do
serious.
these little small things about doing takes to get out, not for what happened last night with No Panic but then actually what No Panic said, and you got to give him his props for it,
Hey, but believe
Marquez.
it or
That's
listen,
what he felt. That's
Man,
what
this
he
what
felt.
Marvin.
the
But
key to
Marvin, believe it or
the key
not,
to why I
listen,
like
Marvin,
No
I
Panic.
be trolling No Panic half the time, Marvin. I just be having playful banter with him back and forth.
I
When
mean,
I
but last night went 2-8. Go ahead, Sky.
Man, No Panic, man. The reason why I like No Panic, man, he bring a different side.
Rap
Like
God, stop trolling me.
if everybody's saying, "Oh, this person good," how much more we gonna say he good? Somebody gotta play devil's
Yeah,
advocate.
somebody got
Like,
to debunk it. Yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
like I
Yeah,
don't understand. Like we just can't be like,
it's what
I
keep the channel
love trolling, man.
alive.
I love
Actually,
being the
it's
villain
what
it's
on the
not
show.
trolling, man. It's not trolling because
It's
people really feel like that.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
you
Hey,
can
After
listen.
he
yeah.
gave his
You can
Hey,
speech,
still
hey,
I
feel
think
like that, bro, and can
hey,
still be trolling.
hey, Skyler, you right. I feel as though Lonzo the best point guard in the
Exactly.
NBA. Lonzo, I feel as though Lonzo, goddamn it, let me speak. I feel as though Lonzo the best point guard that played the game in the NBA. I'm telling you, I feel as though he gonna be winning more championships with the Bulls than goddamn it, Michael Jordan. What do you got to say
and
about
that's
that?
you got a right
And
to
I
your
don't
take.
see
You got a right to
what
your
I
take.
gotta say is I don't see what he sees. So what's wrong with that?
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't
Nothing.
nothing wrong with it.
Will
That's your
see.
opinion,
I'm
brother.
not gonna get mad at Uncle Vern because he say he the best. It's up to me to prove that
Well,
he's not.
let me
Not
say it like this,
if
guys.
I'm
So
not
far as
agreeing with you, it's called trolling. That's what
that's
y'all
right.
do.
Well, listen
Nah,
to
man,
this.
I just
As
don't
far
agree
as
with
where
it.
we are, as far as where we are on disagreements compared to other channels, we minuscule. So just to let everybody
So
know that. At
right,
least
I've
when
seen
we have a
listen.
different,
I've seen certain people talk about each other's family members, mothers
yeah,
about
you hear it every
basketball.
day. So I mean,
You
you
hear
hear it
it
every
every
day.
day.
The
Trust
disrespect
me.
ain't even close to the other channels, and I'm not trying to bring
Right.
them in, but it's
If
not
I
even
say
close.
that your take is horrible and atrocious and you're a goofy, it's not me calling you a goofy because you're a goofy. You're a goofy because I believe the take that you made is horrible.
Yeah,
I
but I
got
did. Go ahead, Purple.
I want y'all to answer this question. Is the league truly in general, is the league truly positionless basketball now? Or
Yeah.
is it still positional? Only reason why I ask this question because when you look at the all NBA teams and the all-star teams, positions matter. So what's your take on that?
Because, no, positions don't matter. You got it wrong. Positions don't matter because they bring anybody in and they put the first fives up in there. They ain't got to be a 7-footer just to be playing the center position. Positions don't matter in the NBA no more. It's running guns. It's get up and down. You got to score. That's why the center's
Well,
that's why Andre Drummond's of the world, Purple Baby, is being taken up out of the game. What do you think
well,
about that?
I want to give my take on that.
So you saying the
I don't
Bulls
believe.
signed
I don't
somebody
believe.
that's taken out of the game?
What's that?
Uncle Vern used Andre Drummond as if he's meaningless.
Hey,
Oh,
you do the math.
So the
well,
Bulls signed
all
somebody
right, wait.
meaningless? That's what
What
I'm
he's trying
asking
to
you.
say,
No, I said
what he's
being
trying to
positioned.
say is this, Byron. I mean, Dex. He's trying to say
No, let
the
Uncle Vern
whole.
speak for himself. He's right there.
Oh, Dex, you see what
Okay,
I
go
be
ahead, Vern.
saying? And they say I be tripping.
Go ahead, Vern.
I told you, you gotta just sit back and listen, man. They gonna tell you everything you want to hear.
Go ahead, Vern.
It's walkie
Vern,
talkie when dead.
is Vern
Shut
still
up.
on?
I was just gonna give a
Oh,
suggestion.
he
I
got
wasn't trying to talk
Vern's
for him.
still on. I guess he must have muted his mic. I don't know what's going on. But
I
anyway,
wasn't.
go ahead.
I wasn't trying to talk for him. All I was going to say was this. I thought what he meant was that the traditional center is being run out of the NBA. They were looking for stretch fives now.
That's what he's
In other
saying.
words,
That's
they're not
exactly
looking.
what he's saying.
Yeah, I know it. That's all I was going to
So,
say. I wasn't trying to
and I'm
speak for
asking
him.
Uncle Vern, are you saying that the Bulls signed a meaningless center? That's what I'm saying. Since Uncle Vern is not answering, could you answer that then, Marvin?
Well, no, they listen. My take on the whole thing was no, it's not a non-positional game anymore, because how many centers are bringing the ball up the court? Very few of them. Your guards usually bring the guard up the ball up the court, and that's a position on the team. Now, as far as the way they run the offense and who's predicated on this shot and that shot, they just go by the best person with the clean.
Somebody mic
Whoa.
is yeah.
Yeah.
That's somebody
I believe
mic.
they just go by who's got the cleanest look. It doesn't matter if you're a center, forward, guard, or whatever. You got the open shot, they just take it. That doesn't mean it's a positionless. That just means they just go to pass it to the open man. But if you're going to say it's positionless, I mean, come on. I mean, obviously it's not, because, like I say, how many centers bring the ball up the court? How many guards are down there trying to post up centers? It's not positionless. It might be, unequal here, or, kind of throw it off there. But as far as it just totally being wiped out, no, they still categorize guards as guards. They still categorize power forwards as power forwards, and so on and so forth. So I don't
Hey,
believe it
Marvin.
is.
Hey, okay, Marvin. Okay, you said it like that. Then I ask you this question right here. Would you see a player like Shaq being just as much efficient and everything in the NBA now, or you see his game be taken away because of the style and the play of the NBA now?
Well, I mean, far as him being efficient, that's
Because
left up to
he's
his
going
own talent. That's
he's
left
going to
up to
be
his own talent.
he's going to be a liability out there on the floor because the pay they got to be protected.
Well, no, no, no. Now, when they put the rule in, somebody's mic messed up, man. When they put the rule in about 3 seconds, that changed the rule. That changed everything instantly. When Will Chamberlain was playing in his early days, there wasn't no 3-second call, so you could just post down in the paint. When you're saying you're going to take him away from his position, it's the 3-second rule did that. But that's where your coach comes in. You run him down there for a certain amount of time, and you make sure you get him the ball and let him do his thing in time. So I don't believe it's taking the position away from the game. I believe it's just making it a little tougher for the coaches to coach the game, because you got all sizes and players that can do all multiple different things.
That's
So
not
far as
true.
I'm just saying, when you, it's
The
not
centers,
true.
no, the centers they just not fundamental. They don't have no moves.
True.
Well, that's why I mean, okay, but that don't
They
mean it's
just don't
not
have
the
no moves.
position is gone. That don't
No,
mean
the
the
position.
position is gone.
That's what I'm saying. The position ain't gone. It's just that they're not talented
Yeah, they
in
just don't have the
moves. They
talent.
don't have the
The
talent. I
position
don't
is
think
still there.
it's gone.
And then now, and because one team, 1 year had success shooting threes, it changed the whole landscape of the NBA. Every team trying to shoot threes now. When Golden State starts shooting those threes, everybody else says, "Shit, we might as well start trying it." And
Yeah.
it's just what have you done for me lately, league? But still, you can't tell me that nobody on this panel wouldn't take an Embiid, and he's a throwback center,
I was about to
even though
say
he can shoot a couple of threes. That's
Embiid,
right.
Embiid about
Embiid
the
is
fundamental
original center.
yeah, he about
That's
the
right.
fundamental center that they got in the league. Him and Jokic are the only ones I can see could throw you in the post, hit you with a move, go up and under, and lay the ball up or something. They the only ones. The rest of them don't have that.
And if you think about what
It's about three
Sky
of
was
them.
just saying,
About
you
three
think
of them.
about what Sky just said. Think about the top 75 players. There's not one center that's on that damn top 75 that was not an original center. How many stretch fives are on that list? None. So to think the position is gone, it ain't gone because the best players did it the best. And I think
Man,
Embiid is one of the best, and I think Joker is one of the best.
man,
You think about
half of the centers today, you know I ain't lying. They can't even shoot a hook shot.
no,
Yep.
they can't. That's a lost art, the hook shot. But who did it besides Kareem? Not very many centers. I mean, every once in a while.
I'm talking about right by the rim. They don't even know how to use the backboard.
Yeah.
They were ready to try to dunk it.
Cause that's what centers normally do. Use the backboard, making the little tap in by the box. That's why that box right there. But they not fundamental like that. They not no more. Only a few of them, no. And what I mean by a few of them, if you pay attention, and that's just being honest, he ain't all that big. But what that boy name is that play center for? I can't even think his name. Play center been with the Celtics last year in the final.
Robert Williams.
Not Robert Williams. Not Robert Williams. The other one. The one come off the
Horford.
Horford more fundamental than all the centers that they got now.
Oh yeah, because he old school throwback. That's why.
That's what I mean. They ain't fundamental. So even if you give them the ball in the post, they worthless because they not fundamental.
But the key is, why aren't they fundamental anymore?
That's okay. Well, I tell you why. That starts with college. That starts with your upbringing. You're not taught that. They teaching them to be out there shooting threes.
But why?
Because the game is changing in the way it's played, not positions, but just by the way it's played.
It's not just that.
And I know that, and I agree with that partially. But I would also like to throw in a player that a lot of people seem not to like to talk about, and that's Dirk. I remember when Dirk was playing, Dirk was getting his respect, but I remember a lot of people not liking Dirk because they said he was soft, because he wouldn't go down there in the paint. He would stand up on the perimeter. He didn't shoot threes all the time. He just wasn't like the KGs or Chris Bosh or even Kevin Love to an extent. It was like he was too pretty to be touched.
Well, I tell you this, he was the start of the stretch five.
I'm about to say that. And you know what too? Why a lot of these kids now, they so big, they not even doing it yet in college. Like they just learning the game and just going to the league off their height and their size. They ain't learning no
trying to get that money, trying to get paid.
Man. They don't, like, college is more fundamental where you got to work the ball in the post, and they ain't even going through that. And if they do, they doing like 1 year. They ain't doing
I mean, but it starts with your upbringing, what you taught when you're younger, your fundamental, your footwork. I mean, because I don't know this to be exact, but I know they got coaches that still work on big man's footwork, on their back to the basket moves, but they don't. When you get to the team, the coach don't want that. They want you out on the 3-point perimeter.
And not just that, a lot of them be.
Shout out to FYF.
A lot of them don't be center size. Like, prime example, I can't even think of that boy name right now. They gonna have him playing center. That boy done grew like 2 inches. He came in the league so young, he's still growing.
But who you talking about?
Who shoot the Trey Murphy? Trey Murphy, man. They got that boy playing center. That boy over 7 foot now.
He is.
Yeah, that boy grew 2 inches, man. In a year, he's still young.
Well, that's true.
I mean, a lot of times them young guys at 19 and 20,
the point I'm getting at, he could play center, but he been playing small forward his whole career. So what you think he's gonna do? He gonna shoot.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question.
Hey, everybody.
Go ahead.
What up? Why are centers today why is their game getting forced more and more outside, as opposed they got to work outside in as opposed to inside out? What element of the game is forcing them to operate that way?
The guard?
No.
Yeah.
No.
3-point shot. 3-point shot to me.
No.
What you think?
Still not even addressed the biggest change in the NBA happened in the early 2000s when the league allowed teams to go back to playing zone. And the game gradually went back to being a perimeter-oriented game, because when you can zone up, especially in matchup zones, you eliminate post-ups. And I don't care how skilled you are, you're not going to continuously score on 2 and 3 players. And you're going to force your big men to become great passers, which a lot of them aren't. Which then you're going to, like, who wants Shaq to have the ball double teamed, or some of these great big men who are never known as great passers, you want them to with the ball at the end of the shot clock with 3 guys on them in a zone?
No. I want to ask you this, FYF. How often do teams run zone? It's not run.
Teams run zone every single game in the NBA, in the league. They run
Yeah,
it.
but
Almost
how
every
often?
team in
They might
almost
run
every
it for
team in the
one
league
set.
is running a matchup zone, right? And then the thing is, and it's basically predicated on what you bring out there. If you want to be that team to bring out this Shaq type player, and you're going to go try to post them up on the block, they're going to run a matchup zone on you, and you're going to have problems scoring the ball all night. It's the easiest thing to defend. Sending a guy to the post is the easiest thing in the NBA to defend, with the length and the speed of these players and the pressure that they could apply to the ball to even prevent you from throwing an entry pass in.
I agree.
Yeah, I would say that if it's not real good ball movement, it's pretty easy.
No, it's not. It's this ball called ball pressure. You know, all you got to do is pressure the ball. You pressure the ball with size, them entry passes ain't so easy.
May I ask you a question?
It's easy to defend. That's why you got to switch it up. These guys are more skilled. Y'all say they're not as skilled. These big men are more skilled than we've ever seen.
That's true. But does that mean, like, the first thing I hear about bigs, no matter what the skill level is do you think they are overtly fascinated when it comes to bigs with them being able to hit an outshot shot, period, even I can't put it in words correctly. Regardless of how the game has improved. So is it more important to teach them basically the truth from the outside before teaching them anything in the post? Or, opposite?
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. You don't know how tall these kids are going to grow to be. Some of these kids, like Anthony Davis was a point guard in high school, and then over one summer, he turned into a 7-footer.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, you expect him to forget that he was a guard and be a post-up guy? It's not like that. It's not as you can't just dumb it down as easy as some of these kids grow to 6'6" and then stop growing in high school, and they never grow to 7 feet tall. So if you teach a kid just because he's bigger than everybody in middle school to be a center, but then he never gets any bigger, and now you've taught this dude to be a center, but he's really a guard at the college level, now you fucked his whole game up. So again, you have to teach these guys just how to be really good basketball players. This is why we say positionless basketball, because the game is evolving. Players are changing. They're playing more basketball than they ever have before. The game has been more perimeter oriented because of the rules. If they go back to illegal defenses, you might see more ISO post ups in the paint, but that ain't happening no time soon. Zones are here to stay. It's a defensive weapon, and it killed the post-up game.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Do all of us as panel members believe they inserted the zone because the center position was becoming too dominant in the NBA?
No.
I mean, but they definitely took it.
Illegal defense was handicapping the league. The illegal defense, remember, all the stars in the 90s were begging the commissioner to leave the illegal defense and not allow zones so they can continue burning guys one-on-one. And so basically they said we're going to remove hand checking. Right, we're going to allow zones in. So if we take one weapon away, we give them another so they could play more team defense, which hand checking is not really even a weapon, especially with how skilled these guys are today. It'll just get you embarrassed and dropped. So again, it's just an element of the game you got to deal with. It's a defensive strategy, and you got to be more skilled to navigate around it.
Okay, so when was the last traditional center to win an NBA championship? Olajuwon?
I mean, you got David Robinson.
And that was the Olajuwon era. That's what I'm saying.
But this is after the fact. No, when David Robinson won a championship, it was essentially at the end of Olajuwon's career.
Yeah. The question I asked was this. Who was the last traditional center to win the NBA championship?
What's a traditional center?
I would consider Elijah, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson.
Elijah, there was nothing traditional about Elijah. People were saying he was a small forward walking around in a center's body because he could put the ball on the floor and cross you up from the perimeter. He was not traditional.
From the post. He played from the post.
He did not play from the post. He faced you up from outside, hit you with a 1-2 spin move, something we never seen before. Just like Weber, these guys were before their time.
He played with a lot of times.
Hakeem was not traditional. No, he was not.
That's where the Dream Shake came in. He was.
The Dream Shake is one. Hold on. First of all, it's a face-up move. When he hit you, Hakeem was one of the first centers to face you up, take you 5, 6, 7 feet out beyond the post.
Yeah, but he still was a traditional center.
That's not traditional. There was nothing traditional about Hakeem.
To me, it was. He did a lot of bad. He did a lot.
He's not traditional.
He did a lot.
Bill Laimbeer is traditional.
I mean,
Antonio Carr is traditional.
They all
not Bill Laimbeer.
These guys are traditional.
No, I'm saying not Bill Laimbeer.
These guys did not. Hold on, Bill Laimbeer wasn't facing nobody up.
Right. He wasn't traditional. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not traditional.
Patrick Ewing did. All of the main ones who won the championship. I'm talking about who won the championship.
Well, Ewing didn't win anything.
What about Shaq?
He said the last person. He said the last player to win one.
Yeah, because that's
you would have to say KG because KG was center in Boston,
and he would face up a lot too.
But KG was never looked at as an offensive weapon. He was more of a defensive weapon.
I mean, all I'm saying is this: if we talking about what we talking about and them changing the rules,
I would have to say Shaq.
I would too.
I would say it was David Robinson. I mean, but I don't know what you guys are calling traditional center.
Well,
because traditional center means, and the way he's describing it, traditional center means less skilled because those guys were not as skilled. They could not do as much with the ball.
No, I'm not saying they're skilled. I'm just saying that's where they play their position with. They receive the ball with their back to the basket. Now they get it sometime facing up also. That's obvious.
I'm saying Shaq.
You receive the ball with your back to the basket because there are limitations to your game.
Shaq will back you in.
Limitations to your game. I'm talking about a play call when you throw the ball down in the post. That ain't no limitation. That's a play being called. That's what I'm talking about. Tradition. I'm not degrading any of this.
There's no such thing as a traditional center.
I mean, okay, what's a traditional point guard? There is
no such thing as a traditional point guard.
Oh, okay, that's in your eyes. Because the basic point guard,
if there's such thing as traditional point guard, was Oscar Robertson a traditional point guard?
No, what I'm saying is what they basically mean to do for the team when I say traditional.
All the way back from the 70s, was Jerry West traditional? There was nothing traditional because the same thing you see in these guards today, like Steph, there were players in the 70s doing the same thing. There's nothing traditional about the point guard. The point guard position could be anything.
Point guard and traditional. What's the difference in true point guard and traditional?
Hold on one second. Hold on.
Pippen ran the offense in Chicago, not the point guard.
Wait a minute, we're getting the train off the track. So a traditional point guard would be a pass-first point guard, right?
That's not traditional. That's what you want it to be.
That's in your eyes, Kate. That's in your eyes. In mine, it is.
So you say there's no such thing as traditional positions?
No, because there have been scoring point guards all throughout NBA history. So how can we say it's traditional?
But also, FYF, there have been point guards that wasn't so much of a scorer.
Okay, if you have scoring point guards all throughout history and you have passing point guards all throughout history, how can you just say passing point guards are traditional?
Because that was what the position was made to be. He's supposed to set up the offense. Let me finish. Set up the offense, run the offense, bring the ball up, make your passes.
When I say traditional, I mean
because
positions were created for defense only.
What they actually do.
Positions were never created for offense. Positions were created for defense only.
Yo, this dude is crazy, bro, with everything that he's freaking saying, bro. Yo, don't come up people with this nonsense, bro. You some new generation. This dude coming up like some new generation, dude. Like if you knew generation,
facts and crime.
Don't tell me to spit facts. Nah, bro, I ain't the one, bro. I'm not the one. I'm just letting you know.
Just talk basketball. I don't try to hear you crying.
Nobody be crying, bro. Ain't no tears.
Damn. Where y'all find this many grown men that cry? Just talk
basketball. No, bro, that's what you do in order to make yourself feel better. You're gonna let me talk. I'm gonna speak the way I want to talk. So if I want to have a mini soliloquy before I say what I gotta say to you, I'm gonna have that. How about that? So you ain't forcing me to tell me when to talk and how to talk. All right, now you can take a step back and listen for a second. What a traditional point guard is somebody who knows how to set up an offense, bro. Compared to the players today who come down and they're looking to score the ball. What a traditional center is, you're going to tell me that the traditional center don't come and put his back to the basket? That's what a traditional center does. That's when the offense is stood up, a half-court offense. When that's traditional play. Nowadays, it ain't that traditional. But when you come down the court in traditional play, you cross half court and you set up your offense. And if your center is your number one, what he's going to do is go down in the post like a big man, open up his freaking body, say, I'm here, toss me the ball, and he's going to do his traditional thing. Back your ass up till he get a double team. Then he's going to pass out if he can't handle the double team. Now, let's go to the Hakeem Olajuwon situation. I want to know, how the hell do you dream shake facing up? Answer that question for me. How do you dream shake facing up? How do I look at you face to face and give you a dream shake?
Rudy Tomjanovich. I did a whole video on Hakeem. Rudy Tomjanovich. He said to me, this is his coach. He said, Hakeem was a small forward in a center's body.
Pause. Not to cut you. I don't want to disrespect you.
There you go.
I don't want to disrespect you.
See,
hold on. But you're not answering my question, though.
You gotta let me finish. Okay, say now you're trying to dumb it down to something stupid, and I'm trying to explain it to you.
You said it out your own mouth. So who's the stupid one, bro?
Stop talking. I'm gonna allow you to run your mouth, and when you're done, I'll explain it.
You telling me I'm dumbing it down, bro? How am I dumbing it down when the words came out your mouth, bro? You dead ass explained a dream shake, talking about a dream shake was him facing up.
Not his entire game. His entire game was not a dream shake.
Okay,
his entire game was more than a dream shake.
Okay, good. God bless you.
Every time he touched the ball.
And guess what? God bless you. No, hold on, bro. God bless him for what he just said. That's okay. But if you
act like we didn't watch Hakeem. Hakeem had more to his game than a dream shake.
Bro, but that's not the goddamn point. The point is the words that came out.
Dream shake.
Because that's what you spoke on. And that's what I'm coming here to put you in your place about. What do you mean it wasn't you?
No, bro, know who you talking to. I said his game was more than a dream shake.
No,
I said
bro,
in a face-up game, he was one of the first centers that could take you from the elbow and really hit you with a cross and get you to the basket.
Bro,
tell me another center in the 90s that was doing that.
Not being your back to the basket. That's what
specifically said.
First of all, Dex, it's easier to go back to the basket in the 90s because there was a legal defense and you could not zone up.
No,
so offense, defenses dictated what you could do.
All right, no. What he likes to do,
you're back to the basket and you quick shake one left.
You cannot play back to the basket in this era.
No, you know what he's doing, Dex? You know what he's doing, Dex? Is because he knows he's wrong. He's trying to bring it to overall perspective. So instead of being specific, he want to go overall. That's what slick talkers do. That's what slick talkers do. Yeah, I know that. Trust me, I'm a professional catcher of these type of people. You understand? That's why I'm gonna pull your card. You can say whatever you want. Now I'm far from a cheat. Now you want to call people names. Look how corny you are. Now you want to call people names. That's how you are that now you're gonna call people names.
Don't even hoop, bro. You don't do nothing with basketball.
Yo, bro, how you gonna tell me what I do with basketball,
what do you do?
What do you do? We was only having a decent conversation.
He's slick as shit. He's changing the conversation. This dude is slick as hell, bro. He's slick as hell. Don't let him catch you up like that, bro. He's changing the topic to make himself feel better, bro.
If you let
hold on, guys, listen. Listen.
You're a cornball for that too, bro. Man up, bro. Be a man and step up, bro.
Right, man, we got
if you make a mistake, it's okay if you make a mistake, bro. We're not all here to be perfect, bro.
Mistakes. I'm talking basketball.
You don't make mistakes. That's exactly what I'm trying to make.
Basketball, man.
Yeah, so therefore you don't make mistakes because you're talking basketball.
This is a real basketball question. No joke.
No, don't ask me no questions, bro. What I need you to do is answer my question
right now in today's game.
No, that's not. I'll answer that question after you answer. How do you dream shake?
I can't answer your question because you cut me off 2 sentences in.
Okay, hold on, everybody. Hold on, FYF. Hold on 1 second. Let's take a break real quick. But we always got to remember, let's keep some decorum. I know we get a little anxious and we want to get our point across, but let's respect everybody because everybody's up here now have a basketball acumen. So let's respect that.
Yeah, but let me say this before y'all get going again. All we asked was about a traditional position.
Yeah.
FYF's his words out of his mouth were there is no such thing. That's
You said
I'm
it
not
right.
saying I'm not calling I'm not calling him a lie, but let me say this. To you, it might not be, but to us, it is. And what Talented was just explaining to you is what I said. A traditional point guard gets the ball, brings it up, sets up the offense. That is what the basic form of a point guard was meant to do. When I say tradition, that's what I'm talking about. You said it ain't no such thing as a traditional point guard too. So you don't believe in a regular position being a position.
Hold up. Let's go.
I guess
Also, let's go to what the word tradition means. Let's talk about traditional, what the word means. So that's a historical word. When you use that word, you're actually speaking of the past. So therefore, when we say traditional, we're actually going back to how the game was started. You see, the problem is that everybody's looking at how the game is now, but the game is not how it is now without traditional play. Yes, the game is better. We can admit that. Yes, the game is faster. We can admit that. But pay homage to the starters of the game, bro, because without the one-handed dribble, you can't get the two-hand dribble.
All right, can I say something now?
Yeah.
So when we talk about how the game started, so we go back to the 60s and 70s. If you go back to the 60s and 70s,
that's traditional play.
Hold on 1 second. When you go back to the 60s and 70s, it was small forwards, shooting guards, and even centers like Bill Russell pushing the ball up the court, getting the offense jump started. When you look at a guy like Wilt Chamberlain, when the coach was asking him to pass the ball more to get the offense jump started. They wasn't asking the point guard. They said, "Wilt, we want you to get more assists."
Don't be talking about Ryan Hollis. That's my
Hold on 1
homeboy.
second. Let me finish. This is why I say there was really no tradition, because the game changed in eras. In the 70s, super high paced, a lot of different guys. There was really positionless in the 70s. Anybody was pushing it up if you had the skill to do so. Then we transitioned to the 80s. Hold on. Then we transitioned to the 80s.
Hold on, though. Let me just say this, man. Traditional play. Hold on. Let me just say this to you.
Cutting into what I'm saying. I'm gonna be done in a second.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna be done in 1 second. All you got to do is wait. When we go to the 80s, Magic, when he joined the Lakers, he wasn't even the starting point guard. He was at a small forward position, running the ball, pushing the ball, being Showtime. And then he transitioned into the point guard position. Then we go into the 90s, where you have illegal defense, right? And things became what you guys are labeling as traditional with the point guard.
No, we're not saying that's.
Let me finish what I'm saying. I did not cut you off.
You do not know your history on basketball the way you're talking, though, man.
If I'm wrong, you can tell me.
Are you going to go all the way? Could you end in the 90s and not go to the 2000s? Because you're giving me a headache, bro.
Let me finish what I'm saying. And whether I'm giving you a headache or not, let me finish. When we go to the 90s, what you guys are labeling as traditional, because you forget about what was actually going on in the 70s and 80s, when it wasn't just the point guard pushing it up the court. In the 90s, it became what you guys are calling traditional.
Lies.
Rod Strickland, let me finish, bro. Have a little bit of self-control.
All right, well, listen to this.
So when we talk about the Tim Hardaway, the John Stocktons, Isaiah Thomas, we talk about the small point guards of the 90s.
Hold up.
Oh, y'all just want to get y'all rocks off, but when somebody start talking,
y'all
just want to cut them off.
You can't out-talk me, son. Let me tell you something. Just be quiet a minute and listen. You can say that other players brought the ball up the damn court, and we all know that. The point guard ain't going to bring it up every damn time.
Okay, but like I said, if I can't finish my point, you're not going to know where I'm circling back around to.
Let me finish.
I know, you trying to say let you finish, but you just cut me off.
Let me finish.
Why? Why would I
I'm
let
not
you
going to let you
finish?
talk now.
But why would I let you finish? You didn't let me finish.
I'm not going to let you talk. Let me
But why would you let me finish? And I couldn't even circle my point back around to get to where I was getting to.
I stepped in. Let me say it again. You can say all you want to about other players bringing the court up.
I'm just saying, in my opinion, there's no such thing as traditional. You can have
the normal way of a point guard.
Let him finish, because he ain't gonna stop.
He can talk all he wants, but he ain't gonna come in here thinking he's running every damn thing.
Nobody trying to run this show.
He's a different person. Let him finish.
This is Flight Show. This ain't your show.
You can't tell nobody. Okay,
shut the hell up, acting like this is something you put together.
This is Flight Sports. Tradition. You say it's no
Oh,
thing
man.
called tradition. Why in the hell is it positions
That's
on the
not
court?
what I said, bro. That's
All
not what I
point
said.
guard.
If you
He's
gonna
a tit
quote
for
it,
tat.
quote it
You just doing a
factually.
bunch of damn talking. That's
Y'all
all you
might as
doing.
well start
Factually,
singing
don't just
together.
Hold
repeat
on,
shit.
Can't
hold
talk
on.
together.
No, stop.
Back in here, son.
Hold on, everybody, hold on.
Like I said, I got
Finish what
reasons
you're
for what I
saying,
said.
bro. Now let him
Basketball
finish.
changes with the eras, bro.
Please let him finish. Let him finish. Get to the 2000s. Go ahead, bro. Finish what you're saying.
All I'm saying is every era of basketball, usually every 10 years, basketball has a shift in how we look at every position. It changed from the 70s going into the 80s. It changed from the 80s going into the 90s, which again, when we look at the 40-year-olds, a lot of the 50-year-olds, this is the tradition y'all talking about stems from the 90s, not the 80s or the 70s. That's what y'all calling traditional when it wasn't like that before. And when you go into the 2000s, when the NBA changed its rules, that's when we started to have this shift because it became a more perimeter-oriented game because the NBA changed rules. Now guards have to be more scoring dominant because now with the zones, the big man can't dominate the post. They can't be what y'all calling traditional.
All right, are you done?
So then we go into now, as we see now that the NBA is trying to get back to, how can we get back to the big man?
You going to the future next, I'm going to be mad, bro.
Go ahead and finish because I got you too.
I just want to let you know one thing, bro. The definition of traditional is fundamentals. Okay, that's what traditional is the fundamentals of the game, bro. The basics of the game. It's the thing that made Michael Jordan the GOAT. Okay, it's fundamental. So when you sit there and you say that we're not talking about the 60s and we're not talking about the 70s, bro, that's where the fundamentals came from, was from the peach basket, bro. All right, so when you sit there talking about the 90s, how do you hop from the 60s? So what the hell, what type of flip-flop is going on? So you saying the league is getting better, then getting worse, then getting better? No, it's not working that way, bro. What's happening is the peach basket came out, all right, and that's how it started, all right? That's way back in the 60s or the 50s, whenever it started, all right? Then they dribble with one hand. Okay, you can look at it historically. They dribble with one hand in black and white. Then all of a sudden, the two-handed dribble came. And when I say two-handed, I don't mean dribbling with two hands. I mean going from one hand to the other, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get it twisted. All right? So what you got to understand, the fundamentals was put in. So what happens is when you got a tall dude, then a semi-tall dude, then another dude shorter than that, then another dude a little shorter than that, then a dude another little shorter than that. That's how you got your center, your power forward, your small forward, your shooting guard, and your point guard, bro. Those are the fundamentals of the game, bro. That's how the game starts, okay? Yes, now that we're in the future and the game, people have gotten better. Steph Curry's people that could shoot like crazy, but they had to learn the fundamentals. Steph Curry can't shoot like that if he didn't learn how to fundamentally shoot. And that's what we're talking about, bro. That's what we're trying to explain to you. Well, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. So when you sit there and try to talk to me about tradition is a historical thing. If you look at your family and they have traditions, the reason why they have the traditions is because grandma did it. You understand? Great-grandma did it. Great-great-great-grandma did it. That's how tradition is created. So when you sitting there talking about in the past doesn't count, I don't know what you're talking about. How do we hop over the 60s and get to the 2000s and say that's a traditional way of playing basketball? That doesn't make any sense, and that's why you're pissing me off, because you're teaching the people wrong, bro.
When did I say it didn't count? When did I say this?
Because you said specifically that the big man brought the ball up in the 60s, and then you said something about when we got to the 2000s, that's what the traditional.
No, he says nothing called. Nothing. There is no such thing as a traditional. That's what he's saying.
No, what I'm saying is, I'll summarize it in one sentence.
That's what you said.
Hold on. In every era of basketball, we can point to teams that had players that were not the point guard that ran the offense.
All I'm trying to say to you is that you had
Jerry West, who was a shooting guard. You had Oscar Robinson, who was essentially a small forward. You had a guy like Larry Bird, who ran the offense, who was a small forward. You had Scottie Pippen, who was a small forward in the 90s. I mean, Penny Hardaway was a small forward, essentially, who ran the offense.
No, that's what you have. See, that's where you're messing up at. Listen, just hear me out for 1 second. Just hear me out for 1 second. No, just hear me out for 1 second.
Basketball, you can point to players that were not
You
the point
saying
guards, but
obvious
they ran the
shit.
offense
You
because
saying,
you guys
Bro,
see the point
I
guards
don't
run the
know that.
offense.
Bro, that's
Okay, we been knew
understandable.
that.
But what you have to
But that's not true.
understand. Now, hold on 1 second. What you're not getting is this. Listen, let's take it back to the basketball court in the park, bro. All right, when you pick your team in the park, bro, you pick based
Good
on your.
point, Thunder. That's a good point.
Okay, when you pick your team, if I'm picking my team, I don't care if that big ass nigga could dribble. I'm picking him to grab rebounds because he's the tallest person, bro. You understand what I'm trying to say? And then I go on and so forth down. And the shortest nigga with the handle, that excuse my language, and the shortest person with the handle, that's who's gonna be my point guard, which is usually me. So I pick myself. But anyway, that's what you gotta understand. That's traditional play. Now I'm understanding where you're coming from, and that's the whole thing. You're just not willing to understand where we're coming from. There's points that you're making that are good, but you're just not paying homage to the origination of the game. Is all I'm trying to say.
Well,
you acting like basketball just started now. It didn't start now. It got better now.
What?
Okay.
And all I'm trying to address is this. He
I did
said
not say
there is
nothing
no
like
such
that.
thing. Your exact words were this. There is no such thing as a traditional. And you went from one position to the next. But all the time, you naming positions after you saying there is no such thing. If it wasn't a position,
What?
then it wouldn't be. What the hell is a position there for?
Bro, I've already told you.
To be
if you-
categorized, right?
Hold
To
on,
be categorized, right?
If you study the game, positions were created in basketball for defense only. It was never created for offense.
Bro,
and when
That's
we were
not
talking
what I
about,
asked you.
and
That's
when
not
we
what I
were
asked
talking
you.
about,
What I
when
asked
we
you was,
y'all
what
said
is
point guards run the
there
offense.
for?
Y'all
Bro,
didn't talk about point guards.
Bro, listen.
on defense.
Positions.
Man,
Position.
why is
No,
you
hold
think
on,
somebody's
Marvin.
stupid?
Hold on, Marvin.
What are
No,
y'all?
listen to me, man. Hold
What
on.
I'm
Let me
saying is,
get this
what we
off.
getting caught up on.
That's when you don't
Positions.
understand logic.
No,
What we
hold
getting
on.
hung up on
FYI,
is
hold
my
on.
opinion.
Positions were created for organization of
Okay,
the game.
do you want to make a bet on that
Positions.
then?
Yeah, we could make a bet on it. It's
What do you
common
wanna bet?
sense.
What do you want to bet?
We can bet the same thing you put on
No.
with coffee.
Only
Bet
a
I
100.
take that
man.
money
Bet
too,
100.
bro.
Listen, we
Nah,
having
no
a good
coffee level
conversation.
with you,
Bet
nigga.
100.
Hold on,
On that.
man.
Don't bet
We
nothing
were
that you
only
know you
having a
can't pay.
decent
Oh,
conversation.
come on, bro.
FYI,
Stop it,
we
man.
on here
Yo, listen to
change
me
everything.
real
Bet
good, bro.
We're not
100.
on
That's
here to
easy.
bet. We're not on here to bet. FYI, we don't
Oh,
give a
okay.
damn if you
I'm
think
just
we
saying
bet or
that's
not.
an easy way to prove
We
that
don't
somebody
give
wrong or
it.
right.
Listen,
They willing
FYI,
to put
we
money
don't.
behind
Bro,
the things
that's
they spew
on
out.
to
here
be
to bet
honest
you.
with you,
We're not on here to bet
you
you,
running
son.
away from the common
Well,
sense
I
of the
didn't offer you to bet. I
conversation.
offered this dude to bet with the glasses in the picture.
You
Yo,
don't. We're not. We don't need you on here
It's
trying
not
to play
you.
play
It's to
chess.
I
him.
got glasses
That
on
ain't what we
without
doing.
the picture too. Just FYI. Just FYI for your
I don't
information.
know. I just see a
FYI.
picture on the screen.
Nah, I know.
FYI.
I'm just
Hold
letting
on
you
one
know.
second, guys. Listen. Wait. FYF. Listen. Alan Ted is telling you the exact truth. The reason why they have the names of the slots that we call position
That's right.
is based on
Yeah.
organization.
Exactly, bro.
So people can know
It's
their
like when you
particular
Your
task.
skill set.
just
Your
like when you
skill
go
set.
to your job, you got your manager, you got your clerks, you got the person,
You
like
don't
you
have to
got your.
tell him this shit.
Nah, I'm saying it's common sense. That's what I told him. I'll bet him whatever you want to bet with coffee. I'll
Now,
bet him too,
hold on,
cause that's
Dex.
easy money.
Now, Dex, I think we taking this somewhere else. When I asked, they said traditional point guard was the player that ran the offense.
No,
And throughout
first you
NBA
gotta know
history-
what the meaning.
And
No,
hold
the
on,
problem you're
we just dumbed
having.
it down to exactly what he
no,
said.
Listen to what he
Because
said.
this conversation
First
wasn't
thing-
your
no,
conversation to
FYI.
start.
Point guard.
The
FYI,
conversation I was
first
talking
thing,
to, I was talking to an older guy.
first thing, it
And the other guy
doesn't
said
matter.
a traditional
It doesn't
point guard is the guy
matter.
that
But
runs
you
the
have to
offense.
define. No, what you need to do is
You even
define.
said that.
Hold on, brother. First thing we all
This
need
boy
to
hate,
do.
he hate
No,
to be
hold
wrong.
on,
I done heard him
hold
wrong
on, Marvin.
900 times,
Hold
and I
on.
don't give a damn.
Let me just
Who
say
the
this
hell
to
he
him,
think
right?
he is? Boy, you ain't
Let me,
teaching
Marvin.
nothing
Let
up
me
in
just
here.
say this to him. Listen,
I
the
think
word
y'all misconstruing my point. 'cause
Hold
y'all hung up
on,
something
man.
else.
No, and that's what I'm about to solve right now.
I
I'm
don't even
about to
think y'all know what I'm talking about.
no,
Y'all so far
you're
on
slick
another
as
thing.
shit. This dude is slick as shit. But here's what we all need to
Oh
do.
my God.
Hold
It's
on,
just
Marvin. Let me
basketball.
just say what I gotta say, man. Look,
God
first thing
damn.
we all need to do is get on the same level. So let's open up the dictionary and figure out what tradition means. Then let's have this conversation.
Oh, we just talking about
Because what the-
traditional point guards. We don't need a dictionary. bro.
No, you need to know what the word means and stop
why
making
are
up
we
your
doing
own
all this
meaning,
extra
bro.
stuff,
A
man?
That's your
traditional point
problem.
guard is the quarterback on the basketball floor.
No, he's making up his own meaning. He's using the word, but he wants to explain it in his own way. This dude is slick, bro.
But now, Dex, can we go through our NBA history and point through in every era find players that aren't the point guard that were the quarterback for their team?
Exactly, Thunder. I'm trying to calm him down with the music.
I ain't even upset. Here's the deal. If for anybody to say that there's no position called a traditional point guard, it stops there. I ain't got to ask him nothing else.
Bro,
it stops to me right there.
I'm saying you can
That's
have a point guard.
That's what you said.
I'm saying there's no such thing as making it traditional because each team dictates what that point guard does.
See, he said it again.
You didn't say making.
When we look at Isaiah Thomas in the 80s with that Pistons team.
You said making.
Was Isaiah Thomas a scoring guard?
He was the point guard, period.
Was Isaiah Thomas
he was the point guard, period.
Was Isaiah Thomas traditional?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not true.
So, okay. So who's a traditional?
Because John Stockton will be the most traditional.
Who was a traditional point guard to you? Who was a traditional? Who was it? Wait, now let me ask you.
John Stockton. See, that's what I'm saying.
He said John Stockton. Isaiah Thomas put up assists too, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
You just said there is no such thing as
putting up assists don't make you a point guard.
You just said there is no such
stop
thing
talking to him, yo. Stop. He just said putting up assists does not make you a point guard. Yo, stop talking to this dude, bro.
So that means Joker is a point guard.
You can go now, man. You can go.
I'm done with
this
you.
This the wrong panel to be on
Draymond
trying
Green
to
a point guard?
These ain't 12-year-olds.
Is Scottie Pippen a point guard? Is Larry Bird a point guard?
FYL. These ain't 12-year-olds.
Yo, this dude is crazy, bro. He's on Planet Nine.
What I'm saying is the game has always been positionless.
JoJo White a point guard? A traditional point guard?
The game has always been positionless.
In your eyes.
Yeah, from my studies, yeah.
Okay, and that's your opinion. Exactly. Not your studies. In your opinion, and that I agree with.
Jazz used John Stockton. They used him in a more traditional sense as y'all are labeling it. But then if you look at how the Miami Heat used Tim Hardaway, that wasn't as traditional. Or if you look at Muhammad Abdul-Rauf with the Denver Nuggets, that wasn't as traditional.
FYI. What's traditional to you, man?
All right, hold on, guys. Let me ask you
this. This is why I say there's really no such thing as traditional because each team determines how the point guard is used.
Okay.
Let me ask you this,
FYF, you naming a few players. You naming a few.
But I can continue naming these players, Dex. That's the thing.
But you only naming a few.
But hold on, but Dex, I can't run through all 400 names, but I can continuously run through names.
Because the other ones are traditional. That's why.
It ain't gonna make it right because you want to be right.
But
let me
I'm saying they all have a different role.
Listen, let me ask you this. When
players are drafted, let me go through every team in the 90s and that point guard probably had a different role. When players are
drafted out of college, what are they drafted by? Their number or their position?
What? Hold on. Say the question that I didn't hear you.
When players are drafted to the NBA out of college, do they announce their number or do they announce what position they draft and these teams are coming?
They can say this.
I'm getting this point guard. Hold on, wait, let me finish. Are they getting the point guard from North Carolina? Are they getting the power forward from Virginia? Or do they say, we get number 23?
Yo, he's in his own world.
Why you think everybody else saying?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Question right here.
So, bro, take that and get off the panel, bro.
Question right here.
Take all of that shit and get off the panel.
I don't want to hear another question.
You out here lying to the people, bro. And every time somebody brings some sense to you, you turn it into nonsense. That's all you're doing, bro.
Having basketball conversation.
The man just asked you. The man just asked you a super common sense question, bro. That was a common sense question.
Was Derek Harper of the Dallas Mavericks a traditional point guard?
I don't believe there's a such thing as making that position traditional.
I just want you to stop lying to the people, bro. There's young people out there listening, bro. And I just want you to stop lying to people, bro.
Do you believe that there's only one set way to play each position?
You can tell when he lied because he always want to bet.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. This question's for everybody. Is there one set way to play each position in the game of basketball?
Bro, if you're Anthony Davis is a perfect example, bro.
That's a very easy question.
Yo, bro, listen to me, bro, and I'm answering your question.
Answer to the question.
I'm giving you the answer the way I want to give it to you, the same way you give everybody else an answer the way you want to give it to them, bro. All right, Anthony Davis is a perfect example, bro. At the end of the day, the boy got handled, right? He could dribble, right? He could fade. He could do everything a freaking point guard could do, but because of his height, guess what? He can't play. Thank you.
That doesn't make him traditional.
We didn't say he was.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Why is you just saying stupid shit?
I'm answering the question.
I'm naming all these
saying
traditional point guards, but nobody even listening to me.
Y'all just
You
literally proved
you just
my point.
asked if there's one set way to play. What I'm trying to tell you, he's a power forward, even though he can still dribble. You just asked the question: is it only one set way to play? And I'm telling you,
my point.
How does it prove your point, bro? The answer
Because
proves
what I'm
my
saying
point,
is,
bro. No matter what he does, he can't.
Traditional point guard.
All I've been saying this whole time is that you can designate any player a position however you want. But that player's skill set and how the organization uses him designates what he does on the court, not the history of that position.
No, bro. Your height dictates your position, my guy. That is like that's
talking about. Okay, I think y'all missed my point. I think y'all just missed my point. I think we probably on the same page.
No matter what what I'm trying to tell you is no matter what your skill set is, your height dictates your position.
Okay. I think y'all still missed my point because that's not what I said.
Okay, well, let me say this in closing. First of all, FYI, we were only having a decent conversation. It seems like every time you come,
it's still decent.
Every time you come to a panel,
it's not decent.
We don't need that. If you don't like our conversation, stay in the chat.
FYF is a wrecking ball.
I'm being nice. We were talking about games. We were having a great conversation. As soon as you came in,
hold on. When this dude came in with the glasses, he the one came in and it was the wrecking ball, not me.
Let me finish.
Don't lie on me.
You came in. Your first words to everybody was, "No, that's not right."
My name is Talon.
That's not
my name is. My mama named me Talon.
There's a way of. Hold on, FYF. I'm just trying to explain to you.
That's not me talking.
I didn't heard you come in the other panel.
Talk to the dude that's talking.
My name is Talon.
You like to argue because you always think you're right.
It's a basketball conversation.
No, you don't. You didn't even have to deflect from a traditional.
I didn't even argue. I was just talking basketball. The guy with the glasses and the cartoon was arguing.
Minute. For you to have the other side of a traditional point guard is plumb ludicrous. Because
that's fine.
Every basketball fan believes in a traditional point guard, traditional center.
That's you old head. You think like that.
Except you.
Your old heads think like that.
Marvin, stop arguing with him, bro. Let him finish.
The information that I got was told to me by a coach that ain't none of y'all surpassed.
Let me guess. That coach was a young head, right? That coach,
Tom Izzo.
That sounds like an old head. I don't know.
You told me that basketball's always been positionless.
You be criticizing the hell out yourself, man. I don't understand, man.
I just tell you, there's nobody 12 on this panel. You got the wrong panel, partner. You can go.
All right, man. Don't be offended. It's not. You don't hurt. I didn't cuss you out of talk about your mom.
All you can do is have fun with you, man.
You are. Peace out, partner. Peace.
All you can do is have fun with this dude,
man.
man.
Rocks, man. If you getting in your feelings, kick rocks, man. I don't care.
Bro, what is you?
I didn't say nothing to hurt your feelings.
You sound like you about to cry. Getting in feelings.
I know. That sounds good.
Crying?
I know.
FYF, listen, man.
Come on,
bro. Yo, Chuck Morris.
Chuck
Morris.
Appreciate you coming.
FYF woke up and chose this. Out of anything
you know what the problem is?
He chose this.
You know what the problem is? A lot of people that's born today. Nah, the problem is that the people that are living today, for some reason, they think they just appeared here. They don't understand, like, traditionally is the reason why they're here. They don't understand that the grandmother's somebody somebody way back in the day to eventually have your ass here today. But they don't have no respect for.
Okay, then tell me all the great point guards of the 60s.
We done with that, man. We done with that.
Come on, bro. After everything you just
name five.
No, bro, you sound like one of them.
No, just name 5 great point guards of the 60s.
Bro,
remember, you talking tradition in the past.
Bro, in the past.
Your feelings with you.
Name 5 great point guards of the 70s.
Yo, how many arguments?
Walter Davis.
I'm talking to the
hold on. Let's leave you with this. Believe
you argue
that
like,
you're right.
Yo, he argues like a lady, man. I'm being honest with you.
I'm asking you a question. This is basketball.
Bro. You truly argue like a lady, though, bro.
It's an easy question. Just name 5 great point guards.
Anybody out there in the chat or that's listening to this, tell me this dude doesn't fight like a. That's exactly how women argue, bro. That's exactly what they do with you doing.
Great point guards of the 60s.
Listen to you, man. No. Okay, my answer's no.
Okay, I didn't think you could. No.
I know I could, but I choose not to.
Because if you don't know great
conversation.
point guards
Okay,
in the
you
60s,
sound like
then
you
how can
sound.
you tell me they were traditional?
You sound like a lady, bro.
What I'm saying is, if you don't
He
even
hung
know the
for-
You
great point
sound
guards
like
in
a
the 60s,
lady. That's my
if you
answer,
don't know
bro.
the great
You
point guards
sound
of the
like a
70s or the
lady, my
80s, then how
dude.
can you say it was
Argue
traditional?
like a lady.
That's all I'm saying.
Can you name any?
Yes. But
Drop
I'm
'em.
asking
We
you,
don't want
but
them.
see, the thing
Drop
is, you
'em.
labeled them,
See,
you
you
said,
sound like a lady. That's
basically
exactly how
said that-
females argue, bro.
You basically said that.
And usually
tradition
when
of the point
the
guard position
females
is
get
pure-
like this is the when I usually walk away from them because now they
You
trying
said
to
the
bait me. You know what I'm
tradition
saying?
of the point guard position started
Yo, bro,
back when basketball began with peach baskets.
Well, this boy
So
got his
that
head
means
deep
you
in
should
that
have
bad
some
man.
idea
Bro,
of what basketball players back then were carrying
No,
on.
I don't have to call basketball players. I could just tell you that's common sense, my guy.
Okay, so you
don't have to name nobody,
What
bro.
the players were, what they were
Bro,
doing,
you
but
don't have
know
to
they were
name nobody. It's
traditional point
common
guards.
sense, bro.
Yeah, come on, Ted. Get off him, man.
That's
So-
a
so-
easy question. What I'm saying is, if you can't name
No,
those
bro,
players,
I
then
can't
how can you
argue
tell me they were
stupidity,
traditional
bro.
point guards?
Yo, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me right now, right? Me and stupidity.
Oscar
Yo,
Robertson
listen to
traditional?
me, bro. Me and stupidity do not get along.
Yeah.
That's
so you
all I
know,
can
man.
tell you, bro.
And you
Me
can
and
feel you
stupidity
want.
don't get along.
You can't take that away from me. But you can feel
No,
you
bro,
want.
you out here trolling, bro. You need to get off the panel because you trolling, bro.
Bro, I just asked you a basketball
And getting
question.
roasted.
No, bro, you
And getting roasted.
trolling. You're trolling, bro. You're bored.
And
You're
getting
bored.
roasted at the same time.
And because
Why you need
you're
to know the players
bored.
of the past
You're
because you can't
bored.
run around saying they were
You're
traditional and you
bored.
don't know who they are.
You're bored, bro. That's your
But you
problem,
don't
bro.
know who they are.
You're bored.
You don't know players from the 60s,
You're
70s, or 80s.
bored.
You're saying that they're traditional.
You're bored.
Young kids.
But see,
Stop
I'm still talking
trolling.
basketball, and you just ran.
I'm running from who, bro? I'm not running from
The
you.
reason why
I'm
you won't answer
arguing
these
with a
questions is 'cause
chick,
you don't
bro.
study the
No,
game.
because you sound like a chick.
You don't study the game.
No,
bro. I'm
and
just-
you sound like a
talking about
chick.
stuff you don't
You
know.
sound like a chick.
I know. I know. That's fine. That don't hurt my
Okay,
feelings.
good.
It's
I'm not
not
trying to
serious.
hurt your feelings.
Now-
Oh my God,
now
you're mad
that you
emotional.
got all that
I'm
off
not
your
trying to
chest-
hurt your feelings. I'm just telling you facts, and
Now
that's
that
the
you got
reason
that
why
off
I
your
won't.
chest, now let's get back
I'm
to
not
basketball.
going back and forth with you
No,
because
we
you
don't
sound like a
talk.
chick, bro.
Okay, then
We
I'll
don't
ask
like
Dex
debating
then.
with you,
Let me
man.
ask Dex
No,
then.
FYF, we don't have to.
No, why are you taking control of the panel when Marvin had control of the panel? Who are you?
Yeah,
you just
we don't
coming
need
up
you
here
there,
just
dude.
trying to dictate the conversation on the panel. Go to your channel. Don't you have thousands and thousands of views? Ain't you a big boy on YouTube?
And
Why you over here
and
messing with the
also,
little
just to
people,
let
bro?
No, let me tell him this. You don't put no. You don't put no.
No,
heart
yeah,
in
you
it.
fuck
This is
with
like
Flight, but
12
right now you fucking with Flight's freaking panel, bro. Like, leave people alone.
Who are you?
My name is Silent Ted McCormick. My mama named me. My name is Silent Ted McCormick. My mama named me.
Really hurt.
I'm not speaking for Flight. I'm speaking for myself. I'm just trying to. Now we go. Not with you.
You know what it sound like? Sound like he was getting ready to leave, turned around, and came back because he was had his hand on the knob.
Nah, he
came back
trolling,
down.
bro. He trolling. He trolling, bro.
I just
Go
asked you a
ahead,
basketball
FYL.
question. That's all I did.
Done with
Alright,
you,
but
man.
alright, put up that challenge that you put up the other day and walk off the panel. Say anybody who got a problem, come to my panel. No. Here's what you do. Do what you did the last time. Say anybody who wants to argue with me, come to my channel.
Come over to my
alright?
panel.
Come over to my panel and get off the panel. Do that again. That'll be perfect for you to do right
definitely
now.
came over there. You didn't come on the panel though.
No, I didn't come over there. I promise you that. I don't mind. And you know what it is, bro?
Hold on, wait.
And as a black man, let me just. No, but to keep it 100 with you, as a black man, I respect you because I respect all my black people.
Man, let's move
But
on,
at the
man.
same
Let's
time,
just
bro.
get to basketball, man. Come
Nah,
on.
bro,
Let's
like,
move on to something else.
no, let's get back to Marvin and what he was doing, and you just step
All right, that's what
aside.
I'm saying. That's what I said. We can get back tomorrow.
No, we don't need you though. We don't appreciate you.
All right, that's cool.
No, we don't want you. We don't want you involved in this
Okay, all
conversation.
right, move on. What's the topic?
Flight appreciates you though. Just know that.
Act like now he's acting like a chick that we just told we don't
I
want.
told
no
you
more,
to
bro.
do move like a chick,
let's
bro.
move on.
This
Let's move
girl don't win
Okay,
no
we
arguments,
moving
bro.
on.
Why
This
y'all
girl
mad
don't win
though?
no
Why y'all mad
arguments.
'cause I'm here.
FYL.
Now y'all mad because I'm
We
here.
moving on.
Now we
no, we not
disappointed.
mad.
We disappointed. We're disappointed because you here.
I'm gonna go on mute, y'all. I ain't even gonna say nothing.
Nah, bro. There's a button in the bottom that says
You gonna hide in the
leave.
closet? Hold on, he
There's a
hiding in the closet? Boy, that is a real
There's a
problem.
button that says leave studio, bro. That's what you need to hit, not the mute button.
Crazy. Dex, get a load of this cat. Listen, I ain't got no beef with him, but anybody that come on and say some things about tradition.
Okay, listen. Now we got all those episodes out the way. Can we have some decorum and have some nice basketball talk? And let's be a little more calm, so the people that we're offering content to can acknowledge that we giving them high quality premium content.
Man, we do that every day. Yeah. We do that every day until we get a certain amount.
I'm talking about now. I ain't talking about every day. We got all our differences out the way. This is why I let y'all spaz.
Can I say something though? Can I just say this though? But guess what? If we all decided to go over on his channel and did that, you know he would kick us off, right? That's the difference between
I never kick nobody off the panel.
Yeah, right, bro. Yes, you would.
But we know better when we go to other channels and other streams to act accordingly, because a lot of times they know we attach to flight. You feel me?
Well, for sure. But this dude is trolling though, bro. That's all I gotta say. This dude just came and threw off the whole chemistry of the show, bro. That's crazy, bro. You are good,
I keep warning you. FYF is a wrecking ball, and he comes with a sleight of hand. I keep telling y'all that.
Saying nothing. I'm saying we can move on. I'm trying to just move on, man.
Okay, all right, let's go then. Let's go. He did his job. Let's go. So Marvin, go ahead. Once you run down FYF, his team is the Blazers. Once you run his team down to him to see where he feels his team's going to be at in the first 10 games of the increment of the season. He's a Portland fan. So run down the 10 games of the schedule to see where he feels Portland Trailblazers are going to be at. Because that's what we was doing prior to him coming on the panel. So you might as well include him. Can you hear me, Marvin? Marvin, you got your mic on?
I don't think Marvin having it, man.
I don't think, do we got his mic? Marvin, are you available?
FYF killed the show, man. Tell Flight just hit the button, bro.
Nah.
Tell Flight just hit the button, bro.
There's still people want to get fed, man.
Everybody go over to FYF. That's probably what he wants, man.
Bro,
he about to go loud,
bro.
man.
I ain't over here to promote no show, man. Stop. You keep saying FYF. Come on, man. Let it ride, man. Let's talk basketball.
Bro.
Oh yeah, Marvin cut out.
I ain't over here to promote no FYF, man. I'll be pushing Flight when I'm over here.
Nah, but the way
Flight, man. Quit saying FYF.
Nah, bro, the way you do what you do, bro, that shit is not healthy,
just entertainment, man. Let it ride. It's just basketball talk. That's all it is.
That ain't healthy entertainment,
and
though,
you can
bro.
say it ain't helping nothing, but it is
I
what
said
it is.
Healthy.
It is what it is, man. We on to another topic, man. Dex said, let's talk about what's your team? How your team gonna do this shit?
It's about to be just you and freaking Dex on this,
then why don't you hit the button and leave then if it's just gonna be just me and Dex?
Wait a minute. Why everybody trying to kick everybody else off the panel?
No, he out.
That is insane. Well, we still got purple, baby. But so what's going on with your FYF?
And I'm good, man. I'm good. Blazers, you know what the Blazers are gonna do this year, Dex? Blazers are gonna start the year off
stinking and up.
No, they're gonna start the year off hot, and they're gonna give a lot of people a wow factor because the scouting report ain't out on the roster, because of what they're gonna do this year. And then I think injuries are gonna come. I don't think Jeremy Grant stays healthy. I don't know if Dame can carry him for a whole season. I think they're going to overachieve for a little. I think they're overachievers this year. They're going to overachieve as they always do when Dame is healthy. God. And they'll find themselves in a play-in situation with another bad draft pick getting bounced out, either in the play-in or the first round.
You honestly believe that Blazers are going to overachieve with the roster that they have in the competition that's in the West and the East? Because both conference seem to be pretty high up on the competition level, especially the upper five. So you got the upper five in the Eastern Conference, and you got the upper five in the Western Conference, and even to some degree, top 10 in the West. Now, top 10 in the East is a little more shaky what far as the bottom tier, but the top 10 in the West is pretty strong. And you believe the Blazer is going to cut a path to some play in with the roster
They
they
always
currently have?
do. I mean, just look at history. Generally, when Dame stays healthy, they find a way to get into the playoffs, even when their roster isn't, you know what I'm saying? It isn't crazy.
Now, are you saying this in hopes of a blockbuster trade or some type of surprise acquisition?
No, they
Are you
can't.
saying it from
They're
currently
cap
the
strapped.
roster?
They can't make any moves. That's the thing. They
Oh,
really can't get any better. With Dame's contract, with Jeremy Grant, with the money they gave to Nurkic and Simons, they really can't make any moves. So, I mean, I don't expect you can't trade Simons or Nurkic because you can't trade them till January, which I don't expect them to get traded. So, I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna overachieve and they're gonna get bounced out. They're gonna be an easy first round matchup for somebody.
wait a minute. When you say first round matchup, you talking they're going to get past the play-in tournament?
Yeah, because you're not gonna beat Dame in a win or die situation.
Wow.
In a win or go home situation, Dame is elite.
Okay, but what about the rest of the squad? Because there's no CJ.
But you know,
There's no
I just want to say
Aldridge.
they generally find a way to overachieve. And then you got Shadane Sharp, which I think he's going to have a pretty good season.
But he's a rookie.
Huh?
He's a rookie.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think he's going to be impactful.
Now, if you would have said Simons, okay, I can give you that. But a rookie coming in trying to help overhaul this team where you're going to have a lot of egos at stake because you still got Josh Hart in the wing. You still got McLemore, right? You still got Simons. You know, you still got those cockiness that's over there. And Dame is an old head, so can he keep those youngsters, those young sharks in the water?
Hey, look, the Dex. I can't tell you how they're going to make it come together. I just know they always find a way to turn garbage into gold and make it look better than what it is.
And then you have Chauncey as a coach who has no experience. Whereas, what was the guy you had as your coach? What's his name?
I forgot his name.
The guy that just got fired, basically.
Yeah, the white guy. I actually liked him too.
Yeah, because he took him to the Western Conference Finals.
I honestly thought Charlotte should have went after him.
Ooh, that would have probably been a good one too.
Because he's a master. He's a magician with the offense. I mean, he could have turned LaMelo into a monster.
I think that would have been a good acquisition for Charlotte because, like you said, he's worked with 2 point guards and took him deep into a playoff run. Yeah, you know what?
And he's good with small markets. You know, he found a way to keep Portland competitive without big signings, and I think he could have did the same thing in Charlotte. I
agree. I don't know why you think they didn't go after him. Now that I think about it,
I don't know. I'm assuming it will only have to be because the coach didn't have any interest in it. That has to be it because the fit would have been perfect. Small market to small market. You have one star that you building around. I mean, if the fit would have been perfect, but you know, you never know with Jordan and them. I don't know what they got going on.
Probably they wanted one of their own. Somebody they probably feel they can control if things got too hectic. That's the only thing I can.
Well, what do y'all mean control? Like what? Even if they control Clifford, you know.
I mean, not so much control like a dog trying to control, but, you know, kind of, you know, bark back like, no, we're not going to get that acquisition. Nah, it's going to be too much for the organization, things of that nature. And Cliffy's just going to coach with whatever he got to coach with. He can be like, oh, well. Well, other coaches will be barking up a tree.
Do you get the sense that not a lot of coaches wanted that job?
Yes. I
wonder why, though.
I mean, you know, if you want to ask me, you know, playing for a black owner and, you know, Michael Jordan, he's intimidating just by himself. And he probably an asshole, you know what I mean? So, because he was so good in basketball, he was like a basketball god. And now he's an owner. So he's probably pushing people around there.
Man, there's something going on in Charlotte that's just pushing players and coaches away.
And I think the
That's what
NBA has a
nobody's
lot to
talking
do
about.
with it.
You said what?
I think the NBA might have a lot to do with it. I think the NBA kind of have their hands on them and the New Orleans Pelicans. For
The
some reason, I
NBA?
just have
What you
that
mean the
feeling.
NBA?
Well, they probably have NBA guys working there, like for the infrastructure of the organization to make sure it stays on course. And like I'm talking about when I mean the infrastructure, as far as like accountants and financial advisors and things of that nature, probably report to some aspect of the NBA to make sure Charlotte Hornets is on track. You feel what I'm saying? Because you already know the history of the juggling with the team. Same with the New Orleans Pelicans. The history with juggling with the team and making them aforementioned because of the New Orleans Saints and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of negligence going on in there. They was having their football training, the basketball, which is supposed to be illegal and things of that nature. So, the NBA did own the team for a little while and then sold it over to the Bensons and things of that nature. So it just probably the NBA still probably have their hands in there somehow, some way to make sure they stay afloat. That's what I
I
think.
don't know, man. I don't know. I
Now,
don't. I
like I
just
said, it's only a speculation. It's not nothing concrete. I
no,
have
no,
no
no. I know.
evidence.
It's just hard to figure out why they can't get better from a year to year basis. That's the struggle.
Do you think it has something to do with development?
A
Well,
lot to
yeah.
do with the development.
But okay, I hate to use this example. I'm not saying they didn't, but we always hear qualms and people complain about the Lakers' development. So what's the difference?
Uh, Nate Tibbetts was that the coach? Nate Tibbetts, right?
For the G League.
Oh, he was the coach for the Portland got a G League.
I believe we do. I don't think we do actually.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't
think we got a G League team. Nope.
Yeah, never heard nothing about that. But go ahead, Purple Baby. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying when you say you don't understand, I'm a person that believes when it comes to development, it's 50-50. It's 50 on the coaching staff and it's 50 on the player. Because the player is responsible for finding time in the off season whenever possible to, get better. Do you think that's one of the issues? Like they looking and saying, well, you haven't won anything. You're not like what team can I use? The Spurs, the Lakers, the Celtics, Miami, even like you just sitting here and what's the growth? What's the outlook in the next 4 or 5 years for these players? If you're not really working on it and the players are figuring it out for themselves, like, okay, I need to not get better at this, but this is how you do this. Now I know how to do. I don't know how I would actually say it. I can show you better than I can tell you.
I don't know, man. It don't look like they developing very well. If you look at their young prospects, can anybody say Book Knight is that much better? Or
we
did
talking about
Vernon
Charlotte.
Carey
I
get?
thought you talking about Portland. Okay, you talking
No,
about Charlotte.
no. Yeah, Charlotte. I'm sorry. I should have made and that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, I don't know how. Like, let's talk about bad teams. Like, you could put Orlando in there. Sacramento. I'm trying to think. Now I can't remember the bad teams. Detroit. Can we just all agree that sometimes organizations can be bad to where, unless you just, I don't want to sound crazy, but like destined, like where you just pick up things fast without being taught. It's like being in the classroom and the teacher not teaching and everybody in the class acting the fool, but you got those couple of kids that's kind of like, man, I'm gonna just figure it out myself. Do you think that's the situation in Charlotte or just with bad teams, period, where certain guys on the team are just like, well, I'm gonna have to figure it out for myself because either what they're teaching, they already know it and they need something to challenge them, or it's like you're teaching them something that is below you don't know what their level is. It's like a reading level, basically.
Yes, comprehension level.
But
Yes.
you know what, Purple?
Mm-hmm.
Players learn the most from solid vets. And if you look at Charlotte's organization, they never bring in solid vets that the young guys can really learn some type of work ethic to be good in the NBA from. Right? You look at the Miami Heat, how are all of those young players they all having some level of success, from Max Truss to Hero to Duncan Robinson to Adebayo, but who's the vet on that team leading the way? Jimmy Butler and what's his name? The older guy going into his 20th season.
Udonis has one.
Yeah, Udonis has them. Players give you the best example. But Charlotte just really don't have no strong leadership from the player standpoint. They haven't had it in a long time.
So, do you think, Gordon Hayward at the time to them was a position of need. Do you think they was like, okay, Gordon, can you come in here and do that? Because I believe it's a skill for a player to go in and just kind of be willing to be a teacher. And because when it's time for you to, a lot of guys I've noticed in sports, when it's time for them to go, some of them, they don't want to go because they fear that in a way that they lose some attention. Not all, not nowadays anyway, with social media, but back like prior to social media, I think some guys get uncomfortable. Like, okay, how can I exist from being this $1 billion star on the court to where everybody had my eyes on to when I don't have it anymore? And the next guy comes in. Like, I noticed that they don't want to let go. So do you think that's a skill that they have to be willing to do? Like, okay, I don't have it no more. It's time for me to be a teacher and give them.
It's time for them to get traded. The only guys who accept that type of role were kind of role players in the beginning, just had a long tenure with that team. But most superstars of that team will basically get traded because it's hard for them to reach back to teach somebody to take over their job. It's like you working at AT&T or some major 500 corporation, Fortune 500 corporation, and some new hotshot come in and they telling you to train this hotshot and he's going to eventually take your job in the next 19 months. How are you going to feel? I mean, what is your mental translations going on in your head that you're teaching somebody that's going to put you out of a job in 18 months unless you get another job, right? Mm-hmm. So your plan is to try to get a job before this 19 months is over with. And that's what happens in the NBA with a lot of these veterans. When these youngsters coming in, these hot shots are going to eventually take their position based on salary and based on them being younger and having maybe some higher athleticism than the veteran that's going out. That veteran is not going to hold that rookie hand. He's going to say, okay, look, man, just do this, do that. And if they don't do it, it's on them. But that veteran going to work hard as hell to try to maintain himself until he finds some different to go to. And this is why the continuity stops with a lot of these organizations unless they have a role player that's good and he could be a mentor. But most of the big time players, they ain't finna mentor their replacement.
But that's why I say the onus is on the organization to go find them veteran leaders. Because if you look at a guy like Wiggins, bad leadership in Minnesota, and there was a perception on him that he was lazy and that he was only playing for the money. Goes to Golden State, gets under better leadership under Draymond, and now there's an entirely different perception under him because his skill level is still the same. But Draymond taught him how to be a better pro, how to be a better player on the court, doing other things to win. And now we have a completely different perception of Wiggins simply because he got with an organization that has players that lead. Same thing with when you look at the point guard Jordan Poole and how his game resembles that of Steph Curry so much so. That's because he's replicating, he's seeing what Steph does. How does he work out? Yeah. Right? He's replicating what the leaders do. That's it. I think Charlotte just needs to go out and find some leaders.
So basically,
they have zero.
So basically, Gordon Hayward wasn't that guy then.
Gordon Hayward never been a leader in the NBA. Never.
Yeah, I agree with that. FYF, never. He just wanted that money. He didn't care if he won a ring again. He got an opportunity to get $30-some million a year for 4 years. Forget that ring. Forget that commissioner trophy.
Like, how can Charlotte get the Andre Iguodala's on their team? Players like that. How can they convince those guys to come? Just one. You don't need a whole bunch. Just one. How can they get somebody who can help give some type of leadership from the player perspective. Because once you get to the All-Star break, the players ain't listening to nothing the coach got to say, especially young guys.
True.
Right, and that's why you got Udonis Haslam still getting paid to be that mentor because his mentorship is effective.
He's a player coach, and when Spoelstra's ain't getting through, he will.
That's right, he will. That's exactly right. And Darvin Ham was somewhat like that to Budenholzer. That's why Budenholzer took Darvin Ham wherever he went.
Them player coaches are more respected though by some of these young guys.
So so on that case, Charlotte would need something like that. But listen, Purple Baby, I've seen Charlotte Hornet coaching staff, and let me tell you something. I don't know if I can say this loud or not. That coaching staff sucked.
Oh, yeah.
Players wasn't even talking to him. I was right there behind the bench, just right there. And I'm looking at Gordon Hayward. I'm looking at Mason Plumlee. I'm looking at what's the other kid? Terry Rozier, Miles Bridges. They're not even talking to the coach on a timeout. It was crazy. And this was a highly contested game. They was on the road. So all attention need to be made, right? These players and coaches was dissociated. I seen them go over to LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball was out the game, right? So he's over there with James Bouknight, and he's over there with Kai Jones and Jalen McDaniels, right? So they called timeout. Gordon Hayward and them all went to the bench, and right before, they get back on the court because they all go sit down for a minute. I think it was like a commercial timeout. So they all sit down for a minute. And then right before they get back up to go play, the coaches give them a little pep talk or some adjustments or whatever. They called LaMelo over there because this was a TV game. This was against the Clippers. It was a national TV game. So they called LaMelo up to come just to be a prompt. He didn't even go back into the game. So he come over there. The only person I saw communicating with Borrego that game was Ish Smith, LaMelo Ball, Cody Martin, and to some degree, James Bouknight. The rest of the players, PJ Washington and all them, they didn't say nothing to this dude. And I was thought, wait a minute, this ain't how basketball is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched the Lakers. And the only person I did not ever see talk to the coach was Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. All the other players, they kind of gather around the coach. LeBron sits way on the other end. Kobe just sit playing with his tennis shoes, tying up his tennis shoes and things of that nature. But to see that many players not communicate with the coach, I knew something was wrong with this team. You follow what I'm saying? And the only reason why they got LaMelo up, they sent the coach over there to go get LaMelo, tap him on the shoulder, tell him to come to the huddle for the TV. That was just for the TV. You understand what I'm saying? Otherwise than that, LaMelo would have been over there playing footsies with James Bouknight and Kai Jones and Jalen McDaniels over there in the corner. Not even Kelly Oubre talking to the coach. They just sitting down. And James Borrego just got his hands folded, looking around, and you had this one guy with the clipboard. I guess he was an analytic coach. He's writing down stuff, talking to Cody Martin, to see, just making whatever he's doing with Cody Martin, writing on his little clipboard. And I was like, what kind of shit is this? I could have sworn when the coach talked, everybody sit in the huddle, and the coach got the clipboard explaining to the players who's going to be out there on the court. None of that.
The dude in the chat said, do you think Isaiah Thomas helped lead young players? I think he did do a good job of being a locker room leader as best as he could.
Yeah, I think it was still some disconnect when he was there. A lot of it was like two groups,
Yeah.
Yes, there you go, Purple Baby. She said it just right too. It's like
they brought him in too late though. See,
segmented.
a leader, you're gonna need him there at the start of training. You need to get that leader in right now so you can start building some type of culture. Because you can't just bring him in mid-season and act like he gonna have an impact. Mm-hmm. You got to bring him in early. The coaches got to respect him, and you got to allow him to take lead and take some type of leadership role in the locker room, and then go forward throughout the season like that. But I mean, I don't know. They don't have any leadership from the player perspective to me. This is why P.J. Washington ain't got better. P.J. Washington should be
Siakam
really good right now.
Better than Siakam, you would say?
P.J. Washington,
P.J.
Washington, if he gets traded to another team with good leadership, can be an all-star. That's how good he is.
I agree that I think a lot of them will get better if they leave. You know, I said earlier this week, I feel that Charlotte, with particular players, they coddled them too much. They could do no wrong. Like, I remember, like, the first 10 games of this past season that just passed, I'm looking, and it's just like when, you know, you go through your progressions. When the play would break down, I would look, and I'm like, they must have not been paying attention. And, you know, when they went to do the offensive walkthroughs and stuff like that, they don't communicate on defense. Nobody talks on that team. There's no communication on that floor at all.
And I'm telling you, I seen it live. Now, you know, you see a little bit on TV, you kind of speculate because, you know, everybody know I'm a Melo guy, right? So I'm kind of cheering for Melo, cheering for Miles Bridges, because I cheer for that Airbnb, that combination, because that's exciting basketball. To some degree, I cheer for Scary Terry. But when I went to go see it live, I had a different perspective of Terry. He's not what I thought he was.
Why you say that?
Because Terry is selfish.
Oh, yeah.
He's out there moping. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was out there moping, shaking his head. His body language was just terrible. And I'm like, dude, man, what is wrong with you? You only like 6'1", or if you're not even tall. Like, stop it. You know what I'm saying? He was like mad. He didn't get the ball stomping like a little kid.
Quick fix. Get you a strong veteran presence in the locker room, and you fix all that.
That's facts. We're about to get up out of here.
All right, salute Flight, salute Purple Baby, salute FYF, salute everybody that came up on the panel.
All right, y'all.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.